The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
I just want to take this time to say farewell, rest in peace, effects master John Volek. He passed away earlier today, and that sucks. But the good news is that this weekend we're going to be having our Rockin' Shotgun good time at the Rockin' Shock Convention. And the bad news is we got to wait 4 more days for us to get there. And that's no fun. But the good news is my hero, Sir Isaac, is in the studio with us tonight. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 220 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture. Navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we also attend conventions, which we'll be doing this weekend, as MZ had very astutely pointed out in the intro.
I do a lot of things astutely.
Yeah, like donate to other people's Patreons and
Yes, I
don't
do.
give any money to us.
Yes, I do. Well, I don't. Hey, my time is my money, okay? And time is money, so...
You realize you get paid 5 cents an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm overpaid.
You're right.
I am overpaid.
All right, so we are here, episode 220. We have literally a fucking jam-packed show. I don't even know how we're going to get through this, but we will try. And as MZ pointed out, we had a moral and legal obligation to uphold. And in studio, we have the supervillain supreme, Sir Isaac.
Thank you very much. That's the first time my name has been used in reference to doing something moral.
Oh, did I say moral? I meant immoral.
That's more like, speaking of immoral, I got beef with you.
With me?
Yes, you.
Okay, what did I do?
Well, it's what you didn't do.
Uh-oh.
What you didn't do is let the sriracha sauce boss decide what Bobby Chains is going to wear to the Rockin' Shock convention, you bastard. You didn't even listen to the recording.
No, you're right, I
What, are you
didn't.
trying to be the Roger Goodell of podcasting? Fuck you.
And if I was, I would have
You-
suspended you.
Do you know how many Beg pardon? I don't work here. I'm a guest. You can't suspend me.
I could fine you?
No.
No?
No.
Deport him.
You're taking this analogy way too far. The point is, you have ruined everyone's dreams except Bobby Chains, and
Yes.
I'm annoyed by you because of that.
I have to stand up for my talent.
Yeah, what about Bobby Chains?
Touche.
What about Ashes Von Nightmare? Frankenfurter is one of her favorites. Imagine how thrilled she would have been if Bobby had shown up in women's lingerie.
Well, if she wants Frankenfurter to continue to be her favorite, she does not want to see Bobby Chains dressed as him.
Yeah.
You don't know her.
All right, you're right, I don't. So we do have Sir Isaac here in studio. Once again, he had contributed to our fund, so we did have a legal obligation.
Damn right.
Had to bring him in again, despite our better judgment.
Technically, the boss made a donation. You had an obligation to make Bobby show up and drag, but okay, fine.
So we are doing episode 220. Dynamo's running a little bit late. He had some stuff going on, but he will be here. And also later on in the show, we're going to review the flick The Demolisher. This is a Canadian action horror thriller. We're going to take a look at that and give you guys our review of that. We also are going to be speaking with Immortal Alexander from HorrorMade.com. He is going to be filming, producing, directing. He's basically doing everything for the Deadites documentary. And that will be filmed this upcoming weekend at Rockin' Shock and also at the Deadites show on September Saturday.
Boy.
No, I meant
none of you guys can ever get the dates right.
Shut up.
It's shameful, isn't it?
Saturday, October 15th, at the Cove Music Hall. So we will be there. Alexander will be there filming. It's going to be a fucking great weekend. I'm sure we're going to get more into that later on. So we'll keep that as a tease for now. And then also we have, I'll show right here, our friends over at Bright Light Media made this awesome board game called Mixtape Massacre. So they have sent us a copy to evaluate and check out. I'm going to conveniently cover Sir Isaac's head.
You would.
So we're going to take a look at this. I wanted to play it on the air, but I just don't think that'll make for good radio.
Dude, we have enough trouble as it is just getting through the reviews.
And plus it says that it's the game itself is 40 plus minutes, so I don't know if you guys want to listen to us play a game for 40 minutes. But
Why
we
not? They
will
listen to Dynamo for 35.
that's a good point. But we will open it up. We'll take a look at it. We'll set up the board. We'll look at some of the pieces. We'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll do that a little bit later on in the show. And then we have tons of voicemail from you guys because you guys are awesome. And actually, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity because I don't want to forget. For those folks, I know we have a lot of new listeners over the last, like hundreds of episodes. And for those who don't know Sir Isaac, he was a long-time contributor. He actually was our only contributor
And yes, you're welcome.
for a very long time. I would say for the first 100 to 150 episodes, we almost exclusively got our feedback from Sir Isaac.
I think what happened was my feedback was so genius
Yeah,
that everybody else felt intimidated as a result of it.
I think you might be right.
I know I am.
And then you stopped doing it, and then people started sending more voicemail.
See? Proving me correct.
It's the British invasion all over again.
Exactly.
So for those who don't know, you can go back and listen to the archives. Actually, you can go ahead and listen to, if you want, pick up the Greatest Hits, the Trick or Treat Radio Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2. I know we have at least one, if not two or three bits from Sir Isaac on there.
Just 3? You wanker.
Well,
I'm
it's
the
only
good part-
there's 4.
I'm the only good part of this.
it's
Come
only
on, be
volumes
honest.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
There's more volumes coming.
There's Barbarian Sound Studio is on there.
Yeah, the Barbarian Sound Studio was quite good. So there's some pretty good stuff on there. So if you guys have not listened, you don't know who Sir Isaac is, you can go back and listen to the previous, 219 episodes. But I think it was between episodes, I want to say episodes 2, 3, somewhere pretty early on, up until 150-ish.
Just ask Nicholas. He'll fill you in.
Exactly.
Although he did give us an amazing contribution in episode 199.
Thank you. So, something for Volume 3.
Yes, there you go. So 199 movies, and Raven Shadow ain't seen one.
Oh, that's a classic.
That one brought the house down.
That was an instant classic.
I was inspired.
Inspired by his inability to watch a fucking movie.
You don't gotta watch the movies.
You have been doing better.
I have been
Yeah.
doing
I'll
better.
give you some
Yeah,
credit.
This is true.
Yeah. Watch this fucking movie.
I think it was your voicemail, Isaac.
It was, yeah.
Sarah Isaac, and yes, it probably was.
It set him straight.
Yeah, but I am the genius of that bit because it was about me. And I
Oh,
created
you're
taking the credit
Yeah.
for
Taking the
his
credit?
work?
Yes. You've been taking credit all fucking pre-show.
It's true. You,
Various things.
you put the idiot back in idiot savant.
I don't know where I put it,
Congratulations.
but all I know is that the genius couldn't have been there if I wasn't here
You put the genie in genius.
in a bottle.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's where you usually find
That's
it.
where you usually look for it.
And his wife,
There's genius in here. Give me a sip. Oh, is that a worm?
he's got a genie in a bowl, and his wife refuses to rub it the right way.
Would you rub me? Sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm just gonna sit in Dynamo's seat while he's not here.
So that's what's up. You guys looking forward to this weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Absolutely.
MZ's gonna fucking be there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
What time's the curfew?
I'll be
lights
there.
come
I'll
on?
be there Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there.
All right. It's not all 3 days, but
Yeah,
I'll
Friday.
take it.
Friday, I just can't do it. Friday's
I
impossible.
understand. I know why you can't do it. It's okay. He's gonna have sex for the first time in 15 years.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Dude, if that was the case, I would still be able to make it.
That's true.
You gonna go live?
10 seconds later, go live. You could one up Dynamo with that photo he posted. You could actually do a live video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't his balls take out most of the screen?
That's true. Oh, hey, Riku is hanging out.
Oh,
Hey.
What's up, Riku? Thanks for joining in, man. And so that's what's up for tonight. What? I guess I'll fucking introduce you guys since I usually don't do that until later.
let's jump in.
Jump in, lover.
Yeah.
All right, I am Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, and the Grand Guignol Network. I guess I'll take a moment to talk about the Grand Guignol Network since I haven't done so in a while. We currently have 6 shows. Count them. 6, Raven Shadow. Can you count that high?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't need your toes?
No, because I have 6 of these.
6 of these. What are those?
I got 6 of these. I don't know. They're these weird nubby things that came out of my hand.
6 on each hand.
6-fingered man.
That's weird.
So we do have 6 shows. Obviously, Trick or Treat Radio. We're live every Wednesday night around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we drop the audio on Friday mornings. Check it out on iTunes. All these shows are available on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. But then also on Sundays, it's actually taking a little bit of a hiatus, an off-season hiatus. But we have the Outside Corner Fantasy Baseball podcast. And I would say start with the season finale. If you guys have never checked it out, season finale was episode 28. Give that one a listen. It was a lot of fun. And we're going to be taking the off-season off. We will have some off-season specials, and then we'll be back full force next season. Then on Mondays, we have Unchained, featuring Bobby Chains, Tim Nice, Uncle Paulie, and a host of other characters from time to time. And how would you describe their show, Raven Shadow? I call it the horniest podcast in the world.
A lot of horniness, a lot of sleaze.
Yeah.
But then the nuggets of knowledge and childlike wisdom.
That's a good way to describe it. Yeah, that's pretty
Knowledge
good.
and-
I would describe them as the Grand Guignol Network's answer to the Delta House.
All right, yeah, I can see that too.
They are the new age outlaws of Trick or Treat Radio's DX.
And then on Tuesday,
Love
we
'em.
have the Television Crossover Universe podcast. And those guys are always talking about crossovers, talking about all sorts of awesome fiction, whether it be TV shows, whether it be novels, short stories, comic books, all sorts of stuff. They're the authority on crossovers. Give them a listen. And Wednesday, we have the Elm Street Kids Movie Club featuring Dynamo Mars and Stephanie Wiley. And Wiley's going to be, I think she's in town now.
Yeah. She's hanging out with Chris McGibbon right now.
So Wiley's in town for
Yep.
a few days. We'll see her on Friday, I guess, at Rock and Shock. So that's exciting. And those guys, by the way, they talk about all things horror. So they talk about books, they talk about movies, they talk about everything essentially about horror. And on Thursday, we have the Throwdown Thursday podcast featuring Patsy the Angry Nerd and Agent Nicole. And also, Ashes Von Nightmare has been appearing fairly regularly. And those guys dissect characters. Every week, they pick a character, dissect it, tell you all about why this character is awesome, why people like it, and some key appearances that you can check out if you're not familiar. And then on Fridays, like I said, Trick or Treat Radio drops, and we give you a day off on Saturday. You know, even God needed a day off, right?
Who?
That dude.
God has no place in the Grand Guignol podcast. Network.
No, he doesn't. So, if you guys have not checked out other shows on the network, I advise you to check them out and give them a listen and see what you think, and let us know, because we're proud of the network of shows. We have 6 shows right now, and it gives you something different. Everything is a little bit different, and I think it all kind of ties nicely together. So give it a listen, check it out, and we love when people come hang out live with us on Wednesdays.
I hear somebody.
What do you hear? Who is it?
Santa.
Oh, Santa here?
Please let it be Stephanie Wiley. Please let us.
Footsteps are too heavy.
Maybe she's paying us a visit. Maybe Chris McGibbon's with her.
Oh,
The footsteps have stopped.
the footsteps have stopped. I think the person's in the other.
Santa Claus has arrived.
It's way better than I imagined.
This is the best day ever.
This is a big surprise. We have Kevin Barbary here.
All right. Hello, Kevin.
Hi, and there's a spare seat.
Oh man,
Yes.
this is a show.
This is a show.
Hey, come on in, man. Come on in.
Yes, I just had a little conversation between Dynamo and Jesse on my way here, and they didn't know I was actually on my way here. So.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I just sent a text saying I have a surprise for you, and I pulled up.
I didn't even see the text. I was getting the show ready. This is,
yeah.
Well, this is a nice surprise. Way better than what I thought was coming
Well.
up the stairs.
With the sound of my shoes, I have loud shoes on. That could have been anything.
We thought it was someone who had a few pounds on you.
No, you're way off there.
Well, Kevin, this is awesome. We were just talking about Rock and Shock.
That's this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. It is this weekend, and I'm sure this is the 13th one. Am I correct?
Next year is the 13th.
Oh,
Yes.
I was wrong.
Yeah, because it's being advertised as the 13th. Well, at least on what, Bloody Disgusting, I think they're saying it's the 13th annual.
I don't know. I saw that somewhere.
I believe the first year was 2003. No, 2004. Which would make it the 12th
so yeah,
year.
Yeah, that would be 12. Okay.
Yeah, I may be wrong about that, depending on the year, on how the years work. But yeah,
Better do some fact checking there.
Yeah, I don't mean to throw your show up, but I mean, you guys are welcome to ask me anything you want about this weekend. I have some stuff I can tell you that.
Here's what you can do. Next year, just announce that it's the first anniversary of the 13th year. If you,
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
That
just
could
keep
work.
going like that.
That could work.
So this, what's awesome at Rock and Shock this year, Kevin?
Well, on Saturday we have an exclusive through Stars with Ash vs. Evil Dead. We have two.
Nice.
Actually, we have 3 episodes from season 2 that
Yep.
we're going to premiere at the show on Saturday, followed by a
Nice.
Q&A with the cast. And on Saturday only, you can meet Ray Santiago and Dana DiLorenzo, both from Ash vs.
nice.
Evil Dead. His two sidekicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that's pretty great.
Yeah, and we also have exclusive looks and some giveaways from Screen Gems for Resident Evil: The Final Chapter and Underworld Blood Wars. So, a couple other things going on Saturday.
Nice.
Going to be some great celebrities there. It's going to be a good time for sure.
Yes, and I don't know, a couple of weeks ago we added Reggie Bannister,
Yes.
star of the Phantasm films, and the new one that just came out last weekend, which is probably a separate discussion we'll have later. But yeah, he's going to be there as well on the whole weekend.
That's great.
So
That's-
we're happy to have him, even
Yeah.
with the film just having come out.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
Very, very cool.
I'm going through the series right now, so I just finally saw the first one a couple of days ago. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a weird movie.
Yes.
I mean, it's a weird movie.
Ravager, yeah.
But as they, the first
He's
one.
talking
I'm
about the
saying.
first
You're talking about the first.
Yeah,
the
just the
first
whole
Phantasm.
concept of the first one. But then as they go on, I think they get a little more entertaining. Yeah, and then there's the latest one too. So
Yeah, we're going to be reviewing Ravager pretty soon. So I kind of am curious to go back. I want to see the 4 preceding it because I haven't seen them in a very long time. So
yeah,
very cool.
Nice.
So I'm thrown off. I didn't even realize. I had no idea.
sorry.
This is a great surprise.
yeah. I mean, I can talk more about the show if you want. I mean, we have a
let's-
bunch of guests. We have Malcolm McDowell is back this year.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
very popular.
Yep.
We have several of the cast members from 31. But some of them have been guests at our show before. Meg Foster from They Live
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
is back, and Judy Geeson, who's
Yeah.
never been to our show before, but has been in a lot of movies over the years. British actress is going to be there, and we have Kane Hodder and Derek Mears and Tyler Maine. So we have one Michael Myers and 2 Jasons.
Wow.
Bill Moseley is back by popular demand, as is one of the number 1 people we get asked to have back. Daniel Harris is back this year.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just to name a few of the people that we have, and everybody else is available on the site at rockandshock.com.
Yeah, pretty impressive amount of people are going to be there, and if it's your thing, there's some great bands that are going to be playing the Palladium as well.
Yeah, varied. We have Rocking Dead, which is an all-star band, Friday. We have Trivium on Saturday, Twisted on Friday. My friends at Escape Games Worcester are going to have an Evil Dead Escape cabin at Rock and Shuck in the
Wow.
convention center all weekend.
Oh,
so you
come
can,
on. That's
Really?
awesome.
Yeah, they're designing. I don't know what it looks like, but I know they're designing an Evil Dead cabin escape game that is self-contained that you can do inside the DCU center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Has anyone been to the escape yet?
I haven't. I did some work with them, so I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
the inside of it, and it's
Okay.
very cool. But they get really busy and booked up. It's in the Northworks building. Is that what street is that in Worcester? Exactly.
It's on Street.
It's on Num Street. But yes, downtown Worcester in the old Northworks building. There's 5 different rooms or 5 different adventures, and they've been very busy. But yeah, this is we're also giving away. Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard from Scream will be doing a special group of people at the escape games, and they'll be hosting it and doing the escape game with them.
Cool.
So
Very cool.
Yeah, that is
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So
Damn.
lots of great stuff going on this weekend. So hopefully for folks, I know there's some folks out there that are making the trip. I know Jeremy McFarland's coming up from Houston, Texas, and we have some other people coming in. Obviously, we talked about Stephanie Wiley coming from Atlantis. We have El Goro coming from Ohio. So we have a bunch of people coming in.
Yeah.
So it should be a great time. So if you're on the fence and if you live within driving distance or you can catch a plane, definitely make your way out here because it's going to be a great weekend. We're going to be there. Kevin's going to be right next to us. I just found out today. This is a
Yes.
day of surprises. I love this.
Yeah,
Wow.
so booth right next to you guys all weekend.
That's great. So Kevin's going to get sick of us after the first day. But no, that's fantastic. And then of course the Deadites are going to be. I almost hesitate to bring this up, Kevin, because we're really bummed out you're not going to be there with us. But you have other things going on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's
You're
the
busy.
one night of the week. We have a special get together every year for just
Yeah,
the guests,
yeah.
and that's the night we have it. But that's the only night we could get the Deadites to play this year.
Yeah.
That was close to Halloween. So
Yeah, exactly. So
I
it's
have to miss it.
It's unfortunate, but the Deadites will be playing on Saturday the 15th. It's just a little bit of maybe 5-10 minute walk from the DCU Center.
Oh yeah.
So
Or
it's
stumble.
Or stumble.
Oh yeah.
Raven Shadow, he's going to be the one stumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
I'm going with you. One man in the booth.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Where's the cash box?
Just make sure.
No, keep it away from you.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna buy drinks for everyone.
That's what Bobby Chains is gonna do. Buying drinks for me. No, it'll be nice. It'll be fun. I can't wait.
Riku says paper airplane flights. Oh, paper airplane fights between the booths.
Ah.
There we
Those
go.
are always
Maybe,
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe maybe we'll get some Chinese stars or
How about chicken fighting? Is that still a thing?
Chicken fighting.
Is that still a thing? That's what it's called, right? In the pool?
Chicken fight. Yes.
Yeah, right?
I thought you were talking about like the secret backroom cockfighting.
Cockfighting.
That's different.
Are you gonna have that too?
There's the Evil Dead house,
what
and then
you
there's the
need.
cockfighting.
that's
You just got to work out your hip muscles for something like that.
no, that's what MZ and Dynamo do every week. Cockfighting on the show. So MZ, what are you looking forward to, Rock and Shock?
Oh man, I'm just looking forward to the whole weekend. Especially the convention. I mean, I love going to cons. And I've been doing it for a long time now, and I always enjoy seeing somebody that I haven't met yet. And in this case, it is definitely Judy Geeson, because I thought she was fantastic in the Lords of Salem. In fact, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody from the Lords of Salem. It's just going to be an outstandingly awesome good time. I just can't wait to talk to them about it.
Yeah, and the love them or hate them, Lords of Salem and 31 both had very good performances from people who knew what they were doing in the movie. So that's that's one thing I can say. I mean, Meg Foster in both movies was amazing.
Oh,
Judy
Meg-
Geeson
yeah.
too.
I think Meg Foster, I felt, was maybe a little underused in Lords of Salem.
Well,
But I thought she.
but you saw her naked. That's why you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. So I mean,
And let's put it out there. I mean, from the neck down, you wouldn't know she was
in her early 60s, I
at
think,
least.
yeah.
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 And she was jacked in 31.
Oh
Yeah,
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 she was
yeah.
like Linda
That's what
Hamilton,
I was thinking.
Terminator 2,
Yeah.
jacked.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she looked phenomenal. She was definitely one of the high points of 31. Her and Richard Brake has
Yes,
is
Richard
that his name?
Brake.
Yeah.
Is that Freddie Boom Boom Washington?
Well, he was good as well.
He's
but-
Lewis Hilton Jacobs.
And he looked awesome.
Yeah.
He's also in his early 60s, and he looks phenomenal.
It's the same. Yeah.
That guy has not aged.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is.
I didn't recognize him, but he definitely looks great.
Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to the show, man. I mean, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the cosplayers. I'm looking forward to watching everybody having a good time. I'm looking forward to seeing all
Except
the
you.
vendors. Yeah, I won't be having a good time. I won't be having a good time. I'll be behind the I'll be behind the table.
Yeah. I believe we have a costume contest on Friday and Saturday. I think
Oh,
there's a one for the adults on Friday and one for kids on Saturday. So
There was, I believe, is some pretty good prizes too. I think $250 for the winner. The
that I
costume
don't.
contest?
Not,
Yeah.
That's not. That's not my wheelhouse.
Oh, it's not. It's not out of your pocket.
No, not out of my pocket. So I don't know.
So yeah, so it's going to be a great time. So hopefully anyone out there that can, if you guys can make it, do show up. We'll be having a good time.
Yes.
Hopefully not without you.
No.
So Raven Shadow, you looking forward to it?
Oh, definitely, man.
What are you looking forward to most? The drinks?
Yeah, really. Yeah. The bar across the street from the DCU Center is great. No. It's horror Mardi Gras, man. And I think this year, every year is special. But there's something about tying in a Deadite show at a rechristened venue.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier than we normally do, and then all the friends that are coming from out of town, Texas, San Francisco, Atlantis, Ohio. That's a place, right?
Yeah.
That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
And just know it's a great year. There's some great. I'm kind of bummed I'm gonna miss Sepultura playing because that'd be cool. But
Well, it's not quite Sepultura.
Yeah.
It's
No,
Max,
it's Max.
and Igor Cavalera.
yeah.
They're equally bummed.
They're like, Michael Raven Shadow's not going to be here? What
Wait,
the
he's
hell?
not bringing nail clippers, is he?
No, it's tweezers.
Oh, tweezers.
Bringing a whole bunch of tweezers to the fucking Cove. They're all into that. But no, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be a fucking documentary. They're making a documentary, so it's
Yeah.
exciting. Legendary year. For the 12th or 13th year. For the 20th anniversary of Rock and Shock. This
It
weekend.
keeps going up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess while we wait for Dynamo, I'm going to give him a little bit more time to get here so we can
Yeah,
talk about the movie.
He just I just said, surprise.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not there, but I'm on my way. So I guess he's almost here.
So why don't we go ahead and open up Mixtape Massacre? I think this is a good time to
Hang on a
to do
minute.
it.
You didn't ask me what I was gonna think. What I want to see at Rock and Shock.
You're British. Who cares?
Oh, what,
What?
Sir Isaac, what are you
Sit down
looking?
here, you bastard.
The football game.
Sir Isaac,
Somebody
what are you
brings in
looking
alcohol
forward
and
to?
suddenly I'm second place. Great. Well, first off, I've got to meet Malcolm McDowell because The Clockwork Orange had a huge influence on my childhood.
Yes.
Yes.
The effects of which are still being seen today.
Malcolm McDowell, one of my favorite. Also, if you get a chance to watch his Q&A, he does the best Q&A.
Oh, yeah, he
I
does.
moderated it one year, and he has stories that about everybody.
Oh man, I can
Yeah,
imagine.
I saw him do a Q&A at Monster Mania back in 2010, and it was so entertaining, so much fun. He had so much fun with that audience.
He's worked with everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, going all the way back to the mid '60s, he's been in films with every person you can think of.
You want to see one of his a really good film? It's not a horror film. Check out a movie he did called If.
Yes. If is a very good movie.
If is a fantastic movie.
When did that come out?
If you get a chance.
Yes. If came out around what 68, 16.
So it was
68, 69, 70,
so it was
somewhere
just
around.
just before Clockwork Orange.
I
then?
think it was before Clockwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a movie where a teenager becomes president or something like that? Or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. And I realized I didn't introduce everyone else. So we also have the vulgar guru of horror, star of Blood Pigs and Fetus. Also, we have another star of Fetus in here, and one-time contributor for Horror Hound magazine, Monster Zero.
Hey, that's me.
Yes.
Hey. Thank you. Thank you.
And Monster Zero is going to be at Rock and Shock.
I will be at Rock and
The
Shock.
star of Blood Pigs.
Yes, and Morbid Vision Films will be there. They
Yes.
will have a table. They
Yes.
are excited.
Brian Paulin, the owner and director, writer of all these films from Morbid Vision, is one of the guests this year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he,
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
I think it's
right.
the first year he's listed as a guest, and
Yeah.
you
It
can
is.
get a film from him, have him sign it, then you can come over and hit Monster Zero, hit me right next to each other, get two more
Yeah.
people signing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be worth money someday.
In Germany.
Yes, that's right, because they're banned.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
We have two actors who are banned from Germany in studio right now. These guys clapping.
Hitler's okay, but not a movie with Monster Zero and I am.
Right.
Get those fucking guys out.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. They say that fetus. Was it Blood Pigs that was banned in Germany?
Fetus. I'm not in Blood Pigs. I know.
All right, so
I know
it's
that
fetus.
one of them was. So it must
All
be
right, so it's fetus.
Yeah.
That's banned in Germany because, according to Brian and according to the official letter from their government that he actually got, that the film has been banned because it's a danger to the youth of their country.
Do they have history books over there?
It is a
Not
danger.
till after 1945. I don't think
It
they
is a
did.
danger to the youth in our country. This fetus film.
This Brian Paulin, who is he? He's a danger to our children.
Our blonde-haired, blue-eyed children.
Yes. Ari and the Hendersons.
What?
Aryan.
Arian?
Henderson.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah. We also have the chain smoking, hand kissing, baby shaking, Lorazepam loving, comic book reading nerd, and the official smoke machine for Castle Wolfenstein, Michael Ravenshadow.
That's right, Johnny. And listen, I'm not going to blow you.
Good.
But I want to.
good.
But I want to say something good about you. To piggyback on what was said last week, you do a really good job in what Monster Zero was trying to take credit for before the show started. You do a really good job producing, and you do a lot of hustle, and it's testament to your creativity and your endurance and your enthusiasm that we have this studio. We have amazing stars who've been banned in foreign countries here with us tonight, and I think it's all because of you. You're going to bring all this shit to Rock and Shock. I'm going to say Bombaleo, we drunk, but you're going to carry all the equipment. So
No, you guys are going to help me.
shit.
Boy, it's a good thing you didn't want to blow him.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you do a good job. I'm proud
Well, I
of you.
appreciate that, Ravenshadow, but what do you want? You're looking for something.
I need to ride home from on Saturday night.
I knew it. Okay. Well,
Why don't you just ask Bobby Chains and Tim Nice to give you a ride home?
Can you give three of us a ride home?
so if you do a good job at the booth, I'll give you a ride home on Saturday.
All right,
How
cool.
about that?
You guys giving away anything at the booth this weekend?
That's a good question.
I didn't mean to put you on
Candy
the
and
spot.
hugs.
Oh, I better grab some stuff. Maybe I can give you guys something special to give away this weekend.
All right.
Yes, you'll have to get into Rock and Shock and go to their table, though.
Yes, you have to go to the table, and then we will discuss. Maybe we'll have something awesome to give away.
Yeah.
We'll give away Monster Zero's reborn virginity.
A third prize.
Crew back.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein, correct me if I'm wrong. On
That's
third,
Sir Wolfenstein.
no, it's not. On Throwdown Thursday, haven't they been saying that Asian Nicole will be offering to spank people for a certain donation?
I think they said something like that, yes.
Asian Nicole?
Agent Nicole.
Oh, Agent Nicole.
Although I
I
think,
always thought it was Asian, too.
although I think consequently, I think she might be Asian. At least partially, I think.
It happens to be a coincidence.
See, this is why you two were banned in Germany.
Well, you
Problem
know.
with the Asians.
Yes.
I don't think the Germans like the Asians either.
No.
Well, they seem to like the Japanese.
Okay, well.
All right, enough.
Pearl Harbor, what's that?
That's a weird day.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Who
All
won the war?
Enough about politics and worldly.
Trump's crazy, huh?
discussions. Yeah.
What about that Trump?
It's weird.
You know, there's one good thing about the Trump-Hillary election. It's making Brexit look so much better. I'm so grateful.
Were you for it or against it?
Trump,
He was
I'm totally
Brexit.
against it.
No, Brexit.
He was Brexit.
Hillary and Trump, I'm against it. I was for Bernie.
No, for Brexit.
Oh, against it.
So you lost that one. You don't want to
Yes,
lose
I
another.
lost that one, yes.
Yeah, you're also losing the conversation. Let's just get to the
I
game.
was stateside. I couldn't have influenced things in my own special way.
Well, I thought you were in Detroit.
Yes, that's stateside. See, there's this place. Oh, fuck it.
All right,
That's the problem with you Americans. You don't know where anything is unless you bombed it.
MZ, open this thing up.
Gladly.
So we're looking at now Mixtape Massacre. This is a board game made by Bright Light Media, and it looks pretty freaking cool.
Looks like Doink the Clown forgot to add paint to his face.
Looks like Beetlejuice playing goalie.
Or Tiny White, maybe.
He has arrived! Hooray!
Another guest.
Dynamo is here, and he's going to sit on Kevin's lap, I think.
Ooh.
Better warm up
chair.
them. You better warm up them legs.
We do. I think we do have another chair in the next room.
He brought a liter of cola
There's
with
one
him.
right here. You got some valuable stuff on it. I'll just toss it on the floor.
I don't know if that is that chair
Yeah, that's fine.
usable. Okay.
Yeah. Mars,
Because I know
we're
there
all
was
set.
one that wasn't.
Yeah, I think it's the one in the other room.
Okay.
So, yeah, we got another chair, Mars. All right. Well, Mars is getting situated
I'm
here.
giving Mars the good chair because he's got the sciatica and all this. He's got all these old people diseases. Life is over.
Sciatica is my favorite Ethan Hawke movie.
Sciatica. That was a good movie.
You guys get to like essentially make out when you talk on the mic. Sure, Mike.
You mean for a change?
Make out for change. Won't you please help?
They'll be grabbing each other's knees within 5 minutes.
All right, MZ, why don't you go ahead? I'll let you
Yeah.
control this. You can
Yeah.
open up the board game. All right. And so I read the instructions, and basically it's you pick a killer. There's 10 different killers. You pick a killer, and then they each have a special ability, and you basically.
Hey, Wolfie,
Yes.
Yeah, there
does someone have the instructions to this week's movie?
In the box.
The litter box. The litter box. Okay. Well, you know what? I think I'll just hold it up because I think that's how people will be able to see it. A
Well,
little.
you
That's
can
how they
put it
play
down.
in real
Yeah,
life.
yeah. They hold it up in real life.
It's not fucking dots.
So you pick one of 10 killers, and they're like archetypes. There's like a Chucky character. There's like a Freddy. There's like a Jason.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Pinhead, and you pick a character. You get the card. You get the board piece, and then you'll get a special ability and 6 health.
Oh yeah, in the city, it's all of them are typical
Yes.
settings for movies. You've got a motel, you've got a video store, you've got a high school, a hospital,
A roadhouse bar.
a roadhouse bar,
Roadhouse.
a camp, a cemetery, a library. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Very cool. And then, the goal basically is you land on, I think they're called scenes or whatever. You land on a scene, and from there you get a card. You pull a card, and then you will get to roll and try to kill victims. So you wanna kill these victims, and then when you kill a victim, you get a souvenir, whether it's like an eyeball or a skull or something from the victim. Mm-hmm. And then there's also some other like on the board. There'll
Sounds
be
suspiciously like marriage.
Is that what marriage is like? I wouldn't know.
Marriage is easy. I've done it 4 times.
Kevin has a lot of practice. Raven Shadow, is it like marriage?
Yeah, but you know,
Every day is glorious, right?
every day is shamrocks and lollipops, and I say that to myself. I look in the mirror and I shave. For those who are not watching the live show, I have a beard.
And a little bit of like overgrowth too. So
I know. Yeah, it's been lots happening.
So I love the cards here. These there's the bonus tracks, which are labeled. They look like cassette tapes, and then there's the killer scenes dude cards, which look like VHS tapes. So we got
Cool.
these.
Look at that.
A lot of fancy work in this game here.
Yeah, really. Knives.
Get some of you kids off them damn computers and get you back on the board game. That's what you need.
Well, if more board games came out looking like this, wouldn't be a problem.
Here is let me pass these around because you guys can see the different character archetypes.
Bloody knives.
See the way those.
I feel like that's the same thing Monster Zero said about Pictionary though.
Bloody knives?
Yeah, he's like if more board games were like this.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you got your health in there.
Oh.
They're not just props.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's a reason for that. All right.
That's a good fucking design.
Is that a ghoulie?
It looked like one,
There's like a gremlin type
Out
character.
of control.
So the first person
Queen.
to 10 kills is the victor, or the last person standing, basically.
Yeah, I was looking at this online. Nice thing is you can also attack your fellow players.
That is true. Yeah, you can definitely fight the other killers.
We actually made that rule in the game Zombies.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not-
right.
It's not supposed
Yeah.
to be a rule, but we
Yeah.
we added if you roll a 6, you can kill other players.
That's right. And this actually does remind me, just obviously I haven't played it, but just reading through the instructions, it reminds me a little bit of Zombies. So hopefully we get a chance to play this weekend. It looks
Yeah.
like a very awesome game. If you come to the booth at Rock and Shock, we have some flyers, some cards from the folks at Bright Light Media. They gave us some of these, and they're pretty awesome dudes.
Oh, there's a fucking.
And they made a cool game.
The ring.
Oh yeah. But I don't think that's the name
Yeah.
they use in the game.
Yeah. I don't
They all
think
look like,
Yeah.
but they're
They're not going to
variations.
copyright
Right.
The
Either
band.
way, great idea.
But then again, like
copyright
the-
infringement
the-
on this
what's
game if
neat-
they use the actual.
What's
pieces,
neat about
that'd be
games like this, though,
insane.
is that, and this happens a lot with like RPGs and stuff like this. At some point, if they garner a bit of success, they'll end up having licensing, like the what's that, Champions of the Universe? There, the
Yeah.
it originally got
Yeah.
like it was a pro wrestling role playing game,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then it got some real wrestlers, like some classic wrestlers, and now it has a bunch of like upper indies and stuff like that, including
Yeah.
our friends at Chikara.
Yeah.
So maybe at some point you can like there'll be an edition where it is like Tim Curry and it is the whatever the fuck that broad with the black hair that comes out of TV's name.
Oprah.
I'm going to give you a car.
Oh, Jesus. So, Patsy the Angry Nerd's hanging out in the studio.
Hey, Patsy.
And,
Hey, Wolfie.
yeah, yo.
Can we just review this movie because I'm anxious to find out what it's about.
All right, fair.
Like I watched it once and a half and I don't have
it's,
an idea.
It's pretty
It's
pretty
about an hour and a
standard, man.
half.
Yeah, there's an element that I don't think I understand though.
Okay.
It's maybe because I watched it in a hospital waiting room, but
Hey, that's maybe not the best place
there
to
is-
watch.
Yeah.
There is an element I don't get a part of it.
All right. Well, we are gonna wrap this up and get to that. So, hopefully we get a chance to play this game. It looks like a lot of fun. So I want to thank the folks over at Bright Light Media for sending it to us so we can check it out.
Where can you get Mixtape Massacre?
Well, that's a very good question, Kevin. You could get it at mixtapemassacre.com.
Have you done this before, Kevin?
I just want to make sure we're thanking the people. Just want to make sure people know where to purchase the game.
Kevin has
Tell him what he's won.
Kevin has more experience doing this than he does with marriages.
That's right.
I guess they mentioned us. So I got all these texts today, and they were
Yeah.
like, one of them thought that you might be getting one of your old jobs back because they mentioned the show on the station, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that means somebody paid for that. Like I think that there was a commercial.
Oh, they mentioned Rock and Shock on AAF?
No, they mentioned the Deadites show.
On AAF?
Where?
Yeah.
On AAF?
Yeah, well, I didn't say the name of the station. I was trying to be.
That's the name of the station.
On,
No,
on
on
WAF?
AAF.
Mentioned the Deadites
Really?
on WAF?
Yeah, not like as I think it was a commercial.
Well,
so somebody
that's,
paid for it.
you know what? Yeah, I think the Cove is advertising on WAF.
Ah.
But I'm on WAF tomorrow advertising Rock and
Nice.
Shock. So
Nice.
no, not in the morning, in the afternoon. But yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
No, that would be exciting. Well, maybe the news of that and that because I was only like checking my texts.
Right.
But like.
And there should have been an asterisk that I'm not actually at the Deadite show. Thanks.
Can we get a cardboard cutout made of Kevin or
Yeah,
something?
Staples.
I still think he I don't know. I feel like I feel like he can still come. He can just do one of those. Hey, you guys, look over there. And then run out the door.
Or just bring everyone with you.
Now that that would be great, but
Yeah.
I don't
That's
I don't see
probably-
that happening.
that's
And
probably-
I don't know. I
but,
can see it
We'll
happening.
discuss details and see if there's something I can do.
We'll rent a party bus. We'll go from one venue to another. Bring them all
Back and
over.
forth.
Yeah.
Rhetoric has a party bus.
That's true. Let's Rhetoric, give us a call. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, one of the bands were like, "Do you want to come hang out on our bus?" And Tiny was like, should we invite him to come hang out in my soccer mom van?
Where is Tiny?
Where is he? Where is Tiny?
Yeah.
Is he in the closet?
He's not on Skype.
No.
Wait.
Tonight. Where is he?
Oh, is he in there?
There he is. He's right here.
Tiny's getting ready for the show.
Oh, that's not
Yes.
true. Tiny is building mazes.
He's working out
building a
like
maze.
He's working out like a maniac and building mazes.
He's building mazes and advertising that he's doing songs for other compilations, while the compilation for his frontman's medical bills, the Deadites, still haven't turned it in yet. So
Well-
thank you, prick.
Well, that's okay. We found out that MZ was donating to somebody else's Patreon.
You make it sound like it's a crime. What the hell is your problem?
Who's Patreon?
Optobotomus.
Oh, it's
He
okay.
doesn't give a penny to us.
Yeah.
No, I give you my time. That's what I give you.
He's got,
Rather
one
than cash.
he's got one job, pick me up, and he made a big deal about it, so now he doesn't have to.
All right, so we are going to wrap this segment up, and we're going to go to the movie review. But
Oy.
if you guys want to support the show, head over to trickortreatradio.com. I'll go through these real quick. If you guys shop at Amazon, click on the Amazon link. Everything you purchase in that session gets attributed to us and Michael Ravenshadow. It
Yes.
doesn't cost them any extra.
But it helps keep the lights on.
That's right. And if you guys want to, you can donate through PayPal. We have a donate link. If you guys want to go sign up for a Horror Pack subscription, go once again, trickortreatradio.com, click on the Horror Pack logo. You'll get 4 DVDs or Blu-rays delivered right to your door every month for a reasonable price for the cost of one movie, really. So it's a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
And we also have our friends over at XSplit,
XSplit.
and they provide the awesome streaming service you see every Wednesday night
Fire back!
when we do the live show. And if you guys are into streaming, if you want to do a Let's Play or Watch Us Die, go give a look to XSplit.
I'm here every week, but I can't believe that you just let that one slide by. If you're into streaming.
Huh?
And I think that's it. Raven Shadow,
Yes.
when you sit down to watch The Demolisher,
Yes.
what the fuck do you do to get ready for this?
Pay some bills. I'm a fucking grown-up Johnny, and it's Sunday.
You pay some bills.
I had to pay some bills. It was that week. It was a bye week. So I paid some bills. Then I had to get my cock on.
What?
I had to get my cock on. I was having a little problem in the bathtub upstairs, so I had to cock the shower.
Oh, okay.
And shouldn't it be...
Cock the shower.
Yeah! I'm having a rough time, Kevin. I'll talk to you off air.
Cocking the shower.
Yeah, I think I was having drips. I was having some drips
Okay.
in the
I
basement.
think you need to see the doctor.
I
about
know what
that.
you mean. I know what you mean, man. One time I cocked the windows, but now I got like neighbors complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
What? What the fuck is going on?
I did some grown up shit is what I'm saying, Johnny.
That's something. Did you see Shawshank Redemption?
When all that was done, then I could relax and get my Canadian horror movie on.
I wish I could say Raven Shadow didn't have to cock the shower with the sisters at night.
Oh, shit.
The shower! Cock the shower! Watch the shower get cocked! Michael! Cock the shower!
Michael Cock and Shower.
So all that said and done,
Yep.
I strapped on.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
Worcester, Massachusetts, a barren wasteland of dull. But in October, that changes forever. The 14th through the 16th, the Deadites will be in attendance at the Rock and Shock Horror Convention. Come hang out with the Deadites and the stars of Trick or Treat Radio all weekend long. But that's not all. On October 15th at the Cove Music Hall, the Deadites headline an all-star night of dance music and ghoulish getting down. Worcester will never be the same.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
I'm Ruby Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
Like comics.
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
We're back on Trick or Treat Radio.
All right.
And we were having so much fun in the intro that we're going to have to speed through this review a little bit because we are going to talk to Alexander in just a little bit.
The movie sucks. Trick. Move on. Call Alex.
So,
I don't know if it sucks.
It
The
sucks.
Demolisher from 2015 is 85 minutes long. It is an action horror thriller, and it was directed by Gabriel Carrere, or Carrere? Let's go with that. And it was written by Rye Barrett, Andrew Bussey, and it stars Rye Barrett, Tiana Nori, Jessica Vano, Duncan McClellan, and Garrett Seepers.
From the clan McClellan.
Yes.
Can I cut his head off with the sword?
And the synopsis we have: Bruce is an ordinary repairman tormented by a crippling sense of responsibility for his disabled wife, Samantha, an ex-policewoman, the survivor of a gang-related incident. And let's see. Bruce's increasing hypersensitivity to the injustice suffered by his wife steer him down a dark path of vigilantism. And with his rapidly disintegrating mental health, paranoia, and overwhelming sense of doom, Bruce channels his inner rage towards a young woman. I'll stop there. It's a little too long. So, Marsman, you saw this
Yeah.
in a hospital.
Well, I started watching it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And ended up in the hospital because of it. This movie will put you in the hospital.
And then today I went through and watched it again because I feel like I only how can I say this diplomatically? Like I feel like I sort of only understand why he's so mad at this girl. And so then I went back and watched it and still kind of feel like it's like Sunchoke.
It took a turn, right?
It's a plot hole. That's all you need to know. Okay. This is not a good movie. That's all you need to know. He goes after her. Fuck spoilers. He goes after her because he loses his necklace. How he loses it is anyone's guess. It was wrapped around his neck.
Yeah.
Well, he lost it. He lost it at the theater.
Yeah, that's
right. How though?
Well, that's a good question.
He's wearing it at the time.
Prequel.
People lose necklaces. It happens.
Yeah. He loses it at he loses the necklace at the movie theater. She finds it. She picks it up. She goes to a pawn shop to try and get some cash off it because she doesn't know who he is, so she can't return it. He sees her with the necklace, and he gets all paranoid because he's a fucking psychopath. Oh. And he sees her, and he thinks, she's following me.
See, that's what I thought, but I thought I was
when
just...
he tries to go after
I thought
her.
I was drawing conclusions, but...
No, I thought the same thing, but it was like, what are the odds that
See,
I mean,
that's
why
the
does
thing.
he? I mean, how does he know that she's the one?
How does he know that she's at the pawn shop? That's the part.
Because he just drove by the pawn shop. Because this movie is filled with just amazing convenience.
There's a lot of conveniences. There's amazing amount of plot.
All right, hold on.
My favorite one's the 300-pound bikers.
You guys are jumping way ahead here. I know we have to abbreviate this, but I want to start at the beginning here. So we have Bruce, his wife. In the beginning of the movie, you can see her. She's laying. She definitely had something going on. She was beat up. She was shot. Not sure. She was injured, and that's what you see at the beginning. And then we have this amazing scene of the Demolisher kicking somebody's ass in front of a neon lit building.
Yeah. That was not an amazing scene.
I think it was.
5 seconds. It was a well-lit scene.
I think you trash every movie we have you on for.
Start showing good ones. You should have brought me in last week. You were showing Godzilla, for fuck's sake. I gotta watch the fucking Demolisher. And what is it? The Canadians. For a country that has given us so many great comedians, this is one of the most humorless films I've ever seen. It takes itself
not
so
a comedy.
fucking... You got that right. It's got no sense of humor.
No, it's not a comedy,
whatsoever.
but I couldn't help but laughing in a couple of scenes.
So
it takes itself way, way too seriously.
So there's a gang who, it appears to be responsible for Bruce's wife's injury. Mm-hmm. And Dynamo, was that a Heralator?
No. That was a gorilla.
Gorilla damn near killed him.
It I felt like the gang's colors, if you will, looked more like an Ocean Pacific shirt that I got from Chess King in 1989.
So they had their like gang sign was a mandrill, which is a sort of.
I thought it was a gorilla. A gorilla.
No, it's a
north to south gorilla.
It's it said
it's a Shakma.
Shakma. It said mandrill in one of the. He was basically tracking the gang and had a bunch of stuff on his wall, and it said the mandrill gang.
It was a face of a monkey.
Yeah. And I think that almost rivaled the Drive jacket. Would you say, Mars?
No fucking way.
The mandrill jacket. But I thought that was, I think it had potential. I think this gang thing, I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more with what was going on there. But we open and we have the Demolisher, who's, Bruce basically, who is just beating the shit out of fools. He is beating up this gang. It looks like he's trying to get to find the head of the gang or just completely get rid of this gang because of what they did to his wife.
He's just beating him up indiscriminately. It seems like
yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't have any rhyme or reason.
Yeah. It just comes across as very random.
Anyone that walked out of Chess King in 1999 is in danger.
So I think right off the bat, I got a good feeling from this flick. I loved the way it looked. I loved the score. I loved the lighting. I loved the direction right off the bat. There was just something that kind of was like, okay, I get what they're going for.
There's something inside it?
Yes.
That's hard to explain.
Exactly. And I did like, it was a little off-putting at first because you don't get too much of the plot, but the flick relies very heavily on visual storytelling with very little dialogue right up front.
Yes.
And I thought that was an interesting decision, and I think they did a good job of telling the story that way as well. And
I'll disagree.
Okay.
It annoyed the crap out of me. Because
Did you not get the story?
You had I got the basic gist of it, but it left the characters basically two-dimensional.
But it was successful, but you just didn't like it.
No, it wasn't successful, and I didn't like it. Because you just had these long single-shot takes of people, two people interacting with each other and not saying a word. It was completely unnatural. It made no sense. At one point, the husband would have turned to his wife and said something, or vice versa. It just came across as very unnatural and annoying as hell.
All right.
Another thing I'd like to point out, one of the big problems of this movie is that normally in a revenge tale like this, there would at least be a first act where you'd get to know the man and the wife before the incident. You would have seen them interacting with each other, seen them in love, and then something would have happened to the wife, and then the husband would have turned vigilante.
I don't need
No,
that.
no. See, I don't. That didn't bother me.
It did to me because we have no idea what this couple was like before the incident. So all we have is just this ultra tense psychopath for a husband. I mean, this guy looks like he's got the worst case of shell shock. Like he just came back from the war in Iraq with severe PTSD. He's just this enormous bundle of nerves, and I kept thinking, why is she with this guy? He's just nuts.
Well,
no, I
he's just this bundle of rage, and that's all we ever see of him.
So all
There's
we
nothing
see,
sympathetic about this guy.
All right, so all we see here is we're seeing a snapshot from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. Obviously, we don't know what happened prior necessarily. We don't know what's gone, what happens after. So we're getting the snapshot of what happened in this time. And so who knows? Like, maybe they had a normal relationship. That's the impression I got, is that they did. But I think what happened to his wife really fucked with him and made him kind of reclusive, and he just kind of like sunk into himself and got crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if he couldn't stand his wife, do you really think he would fall into the abyss of mental anguish the way he did?
Well, that's the problem. He just goes from zero to... It's like he went from zero to psychopath.
I think if they...
Because where the movie starts...
There's no way any sensible woman, especially a cop, would marry a man who had that kind of rage issues.
But I don't think he had that beforehand.
I think
whoa. You don't think she had her own demons?
She's a cop. She has to have demons.
She barely did anything through the whole movie except ow,
she
my
knew
back.
exactly what he was doing. Clearly,
True.
she okayed it.
Clearly,
she was fine with it.
Well, that's the other problem. I don't know entirely what she thought about it because she never says anything.
Well,
they barely have any sort of conversation.
She was rather cryptic about it, but I mean...
Sir Isaac, do you like having your food fed to you every night?
Ooh. Open the hangar. Here comes the plane. Josh in the Arkham copter. It's coming in your mouth.
What?
Oh, sorry.
What? Oh, my God. I can't believe you said that.
Oh, sorry, Kevin's here.
I'm not surprised.
I'm sorry if the voicemail's a little loud today. But I'm getting a blowjob from Michael Ravenshadow.
What?
I thought this movie was a trick. I have a thing to say, and I'm going to kind of sidestep this because I don't think it's fair. Because all I saw was imagery. You know what I mean? And I sort of feel like I'm leaning towards where Sir Isaac is, but I also sort of know that I enjoyed some of the imagery in a pure cinema sort of way, as Professor J would say. But something that I found interesting about this, this film is to Refn as every Michael Madison film on Netflix is to Tarantino. I feel like this is the first of the Refn.
This is definitely.
You know what? I felt the same way. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to think anybody would think I was nuts.
No.
But
This was definitely inspired by Drive.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Definitely inspired by Drive. There's no doubt about it.
Okay. I thought it was just me. Good. Now, you know what? The editing style of this movie is extremely quirky.
There's a musical part that would juxtapose was very difficult.
Don't use more than one syllable in each word, okay? It confuses you.
Don't go to a hotel and not get laid. You fucking eunuch.
I have a question for you.
Nick.
Right?
Might want to
What's the
respect
question?
that one.
What are the amount of times that you have gone to a hotel
Oh, for
with a lady
Christ's sake.
and not done sex?
There isn't one.
There is one, and it's when he went.
One?
Well, anytime. Like, man, how
okay.
can you? We have to. I don't know. Have you thought about paying your girlfriend?
No. No. All I know is that if you don't get it out, it turns to cheese. What? I think the editing style of this movie is extremely quirky. I feel like there are some scenes where it does ratchet up the action a bit.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't have a decent payoff. There's virtually no suspense. There's no terror in this movie at all. There were a couple of scenes where I was laughing and pointing at the TV. You know, I just these are characters I really don't give a damn about, and a whole bunch of plot holes that just it's like you said, Hero. It's like there's nothing but
That's Sir Hero.
there's a lot of convenience involved. You know, it's like this movie was written by a third grader. For
Yeah, but
Christ's
this
sake.
isn't like a fucking Stanley Kubrick movie. It's
I'm not
just-
asking for Kubrick.
I know, but what I'm saying is it's not hard to follow.
I'm not saying
not
it's.
saying
I'm not
it's
saying
hard
it's
to
hard to
follow.
It's
follow.
not a
either.
matter.
It
He's
just
not.
sucks.
He's not talking about the hard to follow. What he's talking about is the one negative takeaway that I definitely feel comfortable saying is that, like, I give like a slasher or an action movie one time that the hero or heroine can be saved by somebody running in off camera to like stop what's happening. This happens 4 times. And some of them are like absurd, like. You know, like
I won't. Yeah,
it's
will
like
not.
it's like
the fat biker.
yeah.
I can't defend that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
the
defend
the
it.
nerdy. It's like central casting like runs in every like
Right.
every like time she gets to it's like almost like there should be like pyrotechnic and it should be like security guard and his entrance theme music should play and he should run in. Because it really, by the time that biker came, by the time the cops came at one point, I felt like I was watching the Royal Rumble, and like, and like this poor asshole was like, I gotta get rid of everybody.
I definitely had some issues, especially with essentially this dude was beating the fuck out of gang members, and he had issue with this girl who,
Yes, exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
who she shouldn't have had as much trouble.
She was
with.
athletic though, and you don't know how tough gang
No,
members are.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay suspending disbelief.
The
but-
whole point of a gang, I usually find, like in my defense to anything that happens to any gang members outside of like something like the Warriors or a Frank Miller story, is that usually like there aren't a lot of tough guys in a gang. There's like a tough guy in a gang, and a bunch of people that are, you know, fodder.
Yep.
You know, or you know, West Side Story.
Right.
They were all pretty good dancers.
That's true.
Yeah, not one dance step in this whole movie. What the hell?
Well, even before we get to the huge improbable chase scene with the girl, I mean, you've still got the situation where he beats a man to death, and so I mean, before that chase scene occurred, there should have been cops swarming his house. Because he goes to the guy's house, there's the incident, and the only way he tries to cover his tracks is to wipe off fingerprints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's there by appointment, as part of his job.
I was gonna about that too. Like no one saw like his truck pull in or
Oh,
car
forget even
pull in.
seeing-
Nobody saw
Forget
anything
even
because
seeing the
nobody drives in Canada. Apparently,
His place of-
the roads are goddamn bare. There's nobody there.
Not even that. He had to be sent there by the company he works for. So as soon as the cops get there and see the dead body in the house, they start asking, well, what's going on? Oh, there was a cable guy who came by. Well, let's check with the cable company. Oh, yeah. This is the guy who went to the house.
yeah.
Here's the time.
Yeah.
And they could just look at the time of death of the corpse.
Yeah, no,
Plus-
I thought it was an independent
plus
contractor,
even-
but
when we get to the... When
It
we
could
get
be.
What did
Yeah.
I tell you about multiple syllables?
what
Stop
tell you
it.
about getting laid?
Nothing. Actually,
Try it.
I would say that there's probably a glass houses thing though at this point now.
Hey,
I wouldn't say. I mean, I know that I got laid since before Monster Zero did, but it hasn't
Please,
been.
everybody's gotten laid before me.
Yeah, it hasn't been a very short amount of time.
I think
He just got laid while I was saying that.
I think the conversation.
Kevin is never discreet.
I think the conversation going on in the chat room might be more exciting. They're talking about awesome jackets. There's the Drive jacket, of course. Drive jacket Mark says nothing rivals the Drive jacket. And then Drive jacket Mark says, yeah, the Thriller jacket is pretty damn cool.
Yes, I would agree.
So, and the Wanderer's jacket, too.
Ooh. How about the Technicolor Dreamcoat?
And my jacket.
Oh, members only.
There you go. It's fucking sexy, right?
I feel like there's a bit of bitterness from Tiny, like, because remember when Tiny was the best dressed guy in the Deadites, but now there's not even a fucking contest.
No,
Andy Christ. You know what Andy Christ is referred to at my work?
What?
There's like two Deadites people that come in a lot, and one of them was when I say that I'm going to do something with somebody, they'll ask, is it the one that looks at his shoes or the one with the really good hair that dresses really well?
The one that looks at his shoes. That was you.
No, well, I'll give you a hint. Was in another band and got more pussy than a toilet seat. And all he ever did is sing and look at his shoes.
All right, Trump.
Yeah, sorry. He would grab people right by the pussy.
That's fucking green room talk.
Yeah. Yeah, John Carver did good for himself for not ever having anything to do except play guitar and stare at his shoes. Meanwhile, I had makeup and ran around and threw up and hurt myself. But I'm not
Is Tiny the best dressed person when he doesn't wear a shirt?
He sometimes wears a shirt, and that's a nice shirt, too.
On stage.
Yeah.
He's got nice slacks.
He does.
Fancy
That's a nice pinstripe suit there, you know? So, no, what's funny is that I'm going to talk a little inside baseball, but Wolfie and I showed up the other day, and he was definitely dressed like... I've never, in the whole time I've known Tiny, gone to his house, and he's not dressed like he's going out.
Oh, yeah.
But, like... We showed up the other day, and he had like
yeah.
the track pants on, and like he had a baseball hat
Never
on,
seen
and
it,
like
yeah.
it was like total. I was like, wow.
Who is this guy?
He knew we were coming too, so.
So we got to start winding this review down.
Sure.
And obviously, it's very divisive.
Yeah, a lot of different opinions on this flick.
15 minutes in, I was waiting for the movie to dawn down.
And I think technically there's a lot wrong with this movie. I will say some of the editing I think was really, really poor.
Should we talk about how bloody improbable the main chase scene is?
Can I talk about what I was talking about?
Yeah.
Fine, if you must. If you must.
Give him a chance. will you?
Jesus. There's that scene where he's beating up the gang, and then you see the girl running, and they kept intercutting that, and they had different music for each one.
Yeah,
it was very jarring.
Yeah.
Right?
I kind of wish they'd use that music.
So they just kept switching music between each chase scene.
Boy, what is a good?
This is so intense.
Why'd the Demolisher put the banana in the tailpipe?
And I'll also say I think the acting in general was very poor.
Yes.
In this as well.
Laughable.
For his wife,
laughable.
I thought.
She was fine. Yeah. I guess he was okay, and then at times, and terrible at other times.
He was a ham.
I mean, even in like really great actors, I think that sort of post-traumatic syndrome is like not an easy thing to pull off without seeming like a comic book villain or
Yeah.
you know, like you're either too subtle and it doesn't come across, or you're like Lon Chaney right before his transformation in the Wolfman, you know. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This guy was definitely had things where he's like sitting at a dinner table like frothing at the mouth.
A good movie that has that is Combat Shock. I highly recommend Combat Shock to anybody.
I didn't like the movie, but I thought that character in Pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was a well played for a character.
See Pod, Andy Christ?
PTSD.
I did not.
All that guy's movies is worth watching.
All that guy's movies. They're worth watching.
And what else do I have for notes on here? Yeah, like the other thing is, so in going back to the chase, so there's a long chase scene in this, and I wasn't even sure that he was following her for the right reasons at first, like, and we kind of broached that subject a little bit, but it did seem a little, I will agree that if there's a plot hole, the motivation for chasing her was a little weird.
Now, I don't know, unless I missed it, did they show any important significance of the necklace? Because I missed
No.
If they did, I missed it.
He always had it on.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe it was something his wife gave to him or had some significance.
Yeah, I wish they would have expounded on that a little bit.
Yeah. And I also think there's a very liberal use of slow-mo at inappropriate times. There's just way too much slow-mo in this.
There was only one thing that I thought crossed the line into total parodic art school pretension, though.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scene where he was running slow-mo through the woods.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. Like, this seems like a Saturday Night Live sketch now.
There's like 2 or 3 of those who I don't know what you call them, dream sequences or just stupid.
Yeah. That's not what my dreams look like.
He was running. It was like John Cleese in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where they just keep on using the same scene over and over again, showing him running from a distance, coming to the castle.
Now that was a good movie.
That was a
We
good
should have
movie.
reviewed that one.
Yeah.
Hey, John Cleese is doing live Monty Python and the Holy Grail at the Hanover Theater in Worcester, PS.
Oh, man.
They're showing the movie, and he is there live answering questions and doing commentary.
The Hanover Theater is
That's
like
awesome.
baffling to me in a way because like I think it's because I don't expect it to have as awesome stuff as it does, and then I find out like the next day that like somebody incredible played there or something like that, and I'm like,
I think Culture Club played there like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
that's twice I've missed Culture Club in the area, and 0 times I am happy that I missed it. I'm really like they're one of my last bucket list bands.
Yeah. And last thing I'll say before we head to a verdict, at least for me, is I mentioned the editing earlier about that other scene, but I think in general the editing felt kind of amateurish, with some scenes just ending really abruptly.
Yeah.
And even audio just kind of like dropped off. And, I don't know if that was a stylistic choice or not, but it just seemed like it was a little amateurish, whether it was intended or not. You guys have anything else to add before we head to a verdict here?
No.
Sir Isaac, anything, I cut you off, anything you wanted to get out?
Yeah, it'd probably take me 10 minutes to go through all the improbable details of the main chase scene. We'll just get a couple of them. She's in the middle of the suburbs when she runs out. She never screams, never call the police, call anything. She runs like a mile. And somehow this guy in heavy armor, even though he loses sight of her on numerous occasions, is still able to follow her exactly where she is.
Yeah, it was a little improbable that he kept finding her.
The whole thing
I don't understand the layout.
He's half bloodhound.
I don't understand the layout of that neighborhood. It's like suburban house, Lowell's. Like they all of a sudden ran into like a bunch of pallets of wood and stove pellets.
And nobody drives in Canada either. I mean, you watch, the streets are absolutely bare. I mean, there's not even traffic in the background.
Yeah,
This
is one of the movies where nobody is on the streets when it's convenient, and then there are people on the street when it is convenient. Like when he needs that white car, he needs the car, which is another thing. The cops should have been all over him for that.
I feel like it's the difference between like when I watched Neon Demon, I didn't ever think that like there was 1 foot in reality at all. Almost like I understood like the kind of malleableness of the universe. Like, I feel like this film didn't, barring, of course, the fact that I feel like I had a hard time, like, committing to really, I don't want to say paying attention, but to really to, like, I was unable to, like, get my hooks in it all. I think that, like, you see a lot of movies that, whether they're imitating Kubrick or, a more surrealist filmmaker like that they don't have that ability to, like, build those soft conceptual reality walls where they can go from a realistic thing to like a more dreamlike element and stuff like that, and so you end up having something that just feels like convenient where see if like anything had happened in like a perfect example of this is Drive. Like I know that you're not a fan, but I feel like nothing happened in Drive that wasn't plausible. When you flip to Only God Forgives, if it turned into the church at one point and there was like a big fucking green slong demon like walking down the street, I would have like laughed, but I would have been like, oh well, this movie is just like it happens in this weird fucking mixtape Malibu world. They didn't seem to do this director didn't seem to do a good job in establishing that, if that's what he was. So like it did just seem like things were convenient as opposed to like ethereal and dreamlike.
Yeah, and I'll wait till the verdict because I want to get there now, but I'll talk about why I think that was. Anyone else have anything else to add before we go? All right, so verdict time.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Raven Shadow.
Even though I never saw these films, I remember the box art at the old video store of the Exterminator franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Like,
Yep.
like a welder,
absolutely,
a welder mask and a
How about
flamethrower.
Executioner 2?
Yeah.
Which there was no Executioner 1.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I knew there was another one.
Which was also Canadian. I'd have to ask our buddy.
CDR?
I know that. No, well, he would know too, but I know that they covered it on I always say the name on Good Movies with Bad People.
I know Robert Ginty played the guy you're talking about, the Exterminator.
Oh,
yeah.
He drove a trash truck.
Yeah, I worked at a movie theater when that came out.
Did you really? Yeah, cool.
Nice.
So that when I saw this, I thought this was like a throwback to that. So I started out somewhere where Johnny was at, and then as it progressed, I was kind of where Mars is. I wasn't even fucking close to where Monster Zero was, but and then I kind of was getting towards Isaac towards the end. So I think
Sir
Isaac.
Isaac.
Sir Isaac. Yeah, you're doing a good job with that.
It's not that hard to remember.
Well, it's a lot of Sir. Sir Isaac. And Sir Isaac towards the end. So, trick.
All right.
Trick.
Sir Isaac.
When this movie wasn't being boring, it was being stupid. You're welcome.
Barely a trick.
I didn't enjoy it.
Are you changing it?
Also, I thought the total end was bullshit. All of it. Trick.
All right, MZ.
Had a, you read the premise and the premise sounds good. B grade filmmaking at its best.
Canon,
but you know
right?
what? Exactly. And it certainly did not live up to that. This is definitely a trick, and I would also like to know. I'm going to think that a good portion of the budget went to at least 13 reviewers of this film who gave it outstanding reviews because Hollywood Reporter and even Ain't It Cool News says it's unrelenting and powerful. Yes, it is. It's unrelentingly and powerfully dumb. This is a bad flick. I don't recommend it. This is a trick.
Marsman.
I'm gonna refrain from giving it a trick or a treat because I just don't feel like I really saw it, but I feel like I'm gonna like it. Like that's like the feeling I get sometimes when I watch a film and not really get invested in it. Like I don't want to go back and check it out for whatever reason, but this one I feel like I do. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
So that's what I will say. I'm cautiously optimistic.
All right. So for me, I thought this was a pretty interesting film, and I think it had moments where I thought this was going to be an incredible film, but then something would happen to knock it back down a couple notches. And I think it's an interesting examination how violence can alter someone's life, and I think that's what they were going for, set against a backdrop of violence. So it's like violence on violence. And I do wish it was more of a straightforward film. I think I really would have liked to have seen the Demolisher work his way through the ranks of the Mandrill Gang. Like, I think that would have been cooler.
That would have required a story.
No, I think this had a story, but that would be a different story. And taking them all out until like getting revenge for his wife, I think that would have made it more interesting. I don't think anything topped the opening scene for me. Maybe it just was this right confluence of events that made that scene stand out to me. And it wasn't a phenomenal scene. Like it's not gonna go up there in the best scenes of the year, but it just had an impact on me. And I think that was a really cool scene and had a lot of promise for me. But I think what the director was trying to do here, I think this is essentially like a vigilante revenge film wrapped around like an art house drama, So I could definitely see how people would not like this film. And I think it had a lot of potential. But I think ideally what he was trying to do was to show how violence can change someone's life. What happened to his wife changed Bruce's life. He was a changed man after that. And then you can see it kind of goes in parallel to what happens to this other girl. And at the beginning, we see the end of her story, essentially. And then we kind of get to see how she gets to that point and how violence affected her potentially in another way. So for me, I think there was a lot of interesting stuff going on here. I think it definitely technically wasn't made as well as it could have, and maybe if those technical aspects were better, this would have been a better film. But I think for what they were going for, I'm going to let that kind of be the deciding factor for what I rate this, and I'm going to give it a tepid treat because I think there was enough good stuff in here, and there was some promise that just wasn't followed through on. And I really did like the idea of violence begets violence and how it impacts people. So that's kind of what I was left with. And I was thinking about this film like over the course of the next couple hours, and I kept thinking about it, and that's kind of what stuck with me. So for me, it definitely had a little bit more impact on me, it sounds like, and some of these other guys just flat out didn't like it. So you can use your own judgment. And it is available on VOD, though, so you can go ahead and check it out there.
If I could interject for a second there, Johnny.
Yes.
It sounds like
you're gonna anyways.
Yes, I am. It kind of sounds like you're not so much reviewing the movie as you're reviewing what the movie wanted to be.
No, I am reviewing the movie, and then I liked what it was going for, so that's what put it over the top for me.
I'm just saying Howard the Human was going for something, but the end result was clearly quite different.
I have not read it, so I don't know.
Dynamo, would you like to add a few things? He's looking at his cell phone. Never mind.
No, just every time you talk, I get more notes, so. Howard the Human.
Well, there you go, folks.
I didn't read Howard the Human either. It fucking pissed me off that it exists. It's called Howard the Human.
You didn't read it?
No. It's called Howard the Human. Did you read it?
Fuck no. But you went on. I didn't go on this show and go off on it in a helium voice for 20 minutes.
It's called Howard
Yes.
the Human.
Yes, it is.
Not Howard the Duck.
Right.
Because Howard the Duck would be, that's fucking a good book.
That's something else.
Right.
What about Mo Howard the
Do you
Human?
know they're coming out with Deadpool the Duck?
I won't read that either. I don't read any of those Deadpool books.
All right, we need to get on to our next segment. So that's going to do it for the review. Next week, we might be in for a treat because we're going to review the very odd film, The Greasy Strangler. Have you guys heard
Greasy bastard.
Have you guys heard anything about this?
No.
Yeah, I've heard.
I've heard a little bit about it.
All right.
Heard the name. Heard it was disgusting. Other than that, no.
I talk to Oily Maniac every day. Is that the same?
No. Oily, greasy, no. And we're going to be reviewing it with a good friend of ours who also happens to be a professor.
Oh, snap. He's going to be here?
No. He'll be joining us via Skype. But we will have Professor J joining us to talk about The Greasy Strangler. When he was in studio last time, he said, when you guys review that movie, I'm coming on. I don't care what day it is, I'm coming on. So we're making it happen. Next week, we're going to be joined by Professor J to talk about The Greasy Strangler.
Professor J is the only thing in the universe
Yep.
that would make me okay with the fact that you are making me wait another week for Phantasm.
Well, that's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm only marginally okay at just.
And so up next, we're going to be talking to our good buddy, Immortal Alexander, to talk about the Deadites documentary, Rock and Shock, and all that's going on in his neck of the woods. So
If only we had the creator of Rocket Shock here.
we talked about that when you weren't here. Dynamo just hit his face. All right, so we'll be back in just a few minutes to talk to Immortal Alexander.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts in Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
This October, the Deadites return to the stage on which they made their name, in the room they made dangerous. October 15th, it's trip-hop goddess Mary Catman, the nerdcore sounds of Agents of Chaos, and the evil grooves of Rhetoric. And then, it's the dead, it's the rad, it's the funky, it's the Deadites. October 15th, Rock and Shock Weekend. It's the best night of the best weekend of the year at the Cove Music Hall in beautiful Worcester, Massachusetts. It's the return of the Deadites Halloween Extravaganza, hosted by the voice of Talk Without Rhythm, El Goro.
I'm Kevin. And I'm Rick. And we're your hosts of the Radio Violenta podcast. Join us as we drink and stumble our way through Italian occult cinema.
Follow us on Facebook.
And subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher Radio.
Hello, darlings. It's your favorite whiskey-drinking, litigious, singing, dancing fantasy girl. Want to reach out to me and the world's greatest monster-hunting multimedia organization, the Deadites? Log on to Facebook.com/The Deadites. It's got all the info you need to follow the world's greatest monster hunting band, like live appearances, info on your favorite Deadite, music, and all the links you need to our new weekly multimedia and all our side endeavors. Too many letters on Facebook? That's okay, sugar. Just follow us on Instagram and Twitter @The Deadites. Hope to see you soon, and we'll leave the lights off.
We are back.
Hey, we are back.
What's so funny?
We're just laughing at Kevin.
Yeah. Andy Christ thought of something and said, "How much time do you have?" And you said, "We're back." And he said, "Oh." So I'm gonna let me ball wash while he's not here. And I'm sure you did that.
He is.
Yeah, I'm sure you did that ahead of time. But this is really exciting. Every time that we have one of the other Deadites here, it makes me like I get mellow. I get weird and mellow and strange because I just feel like so at peace.
Are you at peace right now?
I haven't given a piece.
Well, Marsman, do you want to talk a little bit about the documentary, and then introduce Alexander?
Sure. I mean, as much as I I don't want to step on Alexander's toes in the sense where like when this was first conceptualized, my take on it was the same as when I talked to Sam first about like a T-shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna like tell one of my favorite artists what to draw. That's why I want them to do it, and that's why I like the idea of doing this. I think it's going to happen starting this weekend and maybe stretching over the course of the next while. Anyway, I know it's not going to be one and done. There's a lot of interviews to be had. I can't think of anybody better than Alexander to do it because he's in a cool place on the peripheral of the project, and he really gets it. And he's fell down the stairs.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest?
We're out of time now.
See you later. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us for... This is fucking mind-bending.
I know, right?
Joining us for the first time, though we have talked about him on every single episode, I think, in some capacity.
For like 2 years.
For 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, our buddy, Immortal Alexander.
Oh, can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Lovely. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing
Good,
great.
Man. All right. What's
Awesome.
up?
Well, it's good to have you, Alexander. And as Dynamo had pointed out, it is insane that it's taken us. I think we met about 2 years ago, right? Was it at Rock
Yeah,
and
it
Shock?
was at Rock and Shock a couple of years back. Yeah.
Yeah. And we had talked about having you guys on back then, and never happened. But here we are. 2 years later, on the eve of Rock and Shock, and Alexander is going to be there this weekend, and he's going to have camera in hand. Why don't you tell the folks a little bit about what you have in store for the documentary you're going to be making this weekend?
Sure. I mean,
starting this weekend, I think you said.
Yeah, starting this weekend.
Starting,
definitely.
yeah.
It's going to be a very long process, but what I really kind of envisioned for the whole thing is that I want to tell the story from the very beginning of the Deadites and the inception of the Deadites through till now, as far as a band and as a force in general, and I really want to also kind of interject kind of the mythos that you guys have put out there with monster hunting and all that, and make that a part of it as well. So you have these really kind of heartfelt stories from people that had some really fun memories from shows and crazy things happening to them at shows, but also how you guys have affected them throughout the years, and kind of see the evolution of the band, and culminating with Trick or Treat Radio and how that's continued to extend you guys in the social media space or in general out there, because you guys haven't had you haven't had your full CD out yet, so I just enjoying how that stuff extended through Trick or Treat Radio, and we want to get people to just talk about their history with you guys, and I want to kind of do it as a chronological history from the very beginning. And so when I ask people to tell me stories about either personal stories or show stories or when they first met you guys, I want them to kind of give me a kind of point of reference of when that happened. So when I put the whole thing together, it really kind of flows from one thing to the next, including the mythos of the band and your monster hunting exploits,
which are vast.
And wrestling and all that good stuff. That's gonna be in there. All that's going to be in there.
We have some video of that, so maybe that could be included.
Yeah, that'd be excellent. I did get to see some of that stuff, and it's pretty fantastic.
That's definitely a word for it. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out. Our buddy Drive Jacket Mark asked if we could give a shout out to his sister, Grease Jacket Beck.
Ooh.
Apparently she's having a tough day at work and just put us on.
You know what would be cool?
So he said it would cheer her up.
You know, what if we went in let's see, who would be a good person to to give some love to this girl that's having a bad day, Andy Christ.
Well, Grease Jacket Beck. I wonder if is there any like a John Travolta or something along those lines.
Give me a second. Gotta think about this.
All right, we'll give Kevin a second. He'll think of something. And so Alexander, you're going to be at Rock and Shock this weekend with a camera.
Yes.
And you're going to be starting this long, arduous task of making this documentary. And so how can people be a part of this? I know that there's people out there that want to be a part of this, and there may be some opportunities this weekend. Is there a way that we can coordinate this, or will there be designated places for them to be?
I think the best thing is definitely to kind of get a master list of who in the band or people that are major people that in your guys' careers and lives that are going to be present. Getting a master list of that so that I have a better idea of who to tackle and how to track them down. But
sure.
If anybody who's a fan of the Deadites or has gone to their shows or anything like that throughout the years, they want to contribute a story, they can stop by your booth and give information, cell phone number information, so we can get a hold of them during the show. Mm-hmm. When I get there, I'm going to kind of get the lay of the land and kind of figure out what's a good place for me to do something like this.
Sure.
Where I have a quiet space, so that and so I can really get people to really give some genuine, heartfelt stories of things that they've interacted with throughout the years and how that has impacted them. And I want it to be funny, but I want it to also have some heartfelt stuff. And I want people to really be willing to kind of open up and share. So that's really up to the individual of how much they really want to share or how personally they want to get about, their fandom or their experiences with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Alexander, I asked my old man if he would be interested in talking to you because obviously, some of the earliest Deadite shows happened in the basement of 16 Monterey Drive.
Nice.
And he said the name of that movie would be called Property Damage.
Then he should definitely be in the documentary because that's going to be a fan. That's the best part of this is that I've only known you guys for like 2 years, and there's a lot of history that I don't know. And every time I go to one of your barbecues or something, I find out a lot more stuff that you guys probably want me to know about the band. And Dynamo is always pretty, you've been always very forthright about, talking about some weird stuff that you guys has happened to you guys throughout the years. So, I mean, I want everything in there, and then once I start to cut it together, we'll definitely look at it and see what you guys want in there and what you guys don't like in there, or if the ship's kind of going off course to kind of figure out how to get right back on track. Because my main goal is to try to really have something that's fun but also informative, that really gets down to that human aspect of you guys as a group, and the ups and the downs, and I'm sure there's some infights or whatever happened. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Whatever it was that happened throughout the years, as the band members changed and all that. And really, get the full history and different people's perspectives on that. And I want it to be as unfiltered as possible. If that's get your blessing, that's kind of where I want to go with it.
Yeah. I have a really good Antichrist Rock and Shock story from a bunch of years back.
Nice.
Where he left the Centrum to go to the rock club with us to play, but at some point didn't make it all the way there, and Tiny and I didn't know that he wasn't on stage until we looked over. Like we were running really late, and we ran. It was the Gua show, actually. We ran right up on stage, and at one point I looked over and I'm like, I thought Antichrist was doing something funny around, but I was like, where is he? And I went over, and Oracle's like, he leaned against the wall at the Centrum, and I don't think he ever caught up with us. But that might be my only. I hold on to that one because that might be my only embarrassing Antichrist story in a sea of other stupid shit we've all done.
Like the trash can hitting you at the Misfit show.
Oh.
No, that it didn't hit me. Right? No, it didn't.
It flew by your head.
Yeah,
right?
it flew. Yeah, and it was actually a lot.
We got to get someone to tell us.
It was at the Gua show. The reason that you probably think it's the Misfit show is that the reason that kid got so mad at me, he was giving me double fingers all night, and I was calling him Glenn Danzig. I said he looked like Glenn Danzig. So then when he threw the trash can at me, I asked him where he was going to... I said, where are you going to live now, Glenn Danzig? And then he climbed up on stage and tried to start a fight with me, but the good folks at the Palladium held his legs.
Nice.
And I may or may not got right in his face in front of 1,500 people and told him if he came up on stage, I would rape him.
What about the fuck you Yankee Red Sox?
That was that same show.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it was because Andy Christ wasn't there. We weren't worried about getting in trouble. That Eric, Ethan McGloofbitz, part of me, thought it was just okay to incite a full-scale riot.
Is there any video of that?
I don't know. I know this video of the Misfit show where I said a lot of bad things to a lot of people, but.
Off topic, but speaking of threatening to rape people, my buddy who works at a Walmart, this guy got in his face once. He wanted to return a video game that he had opened up, and he wouldn't take it back because once you open it and unseal it, they won't take it back. And the guy was with his kid, and he was just like cursing my friend out and really, really giving him shit. So he just got so mad and had enough, and he just turned to the guy right in front of his kid. He's just like, dude, I'll take you outside. I'll just fucking rape you right in front of your son. And it's like, if you don't fucking
Jesus,
get out of the store right now.
Wow.
Escalated quickly.
Man, that's very Mike Tyson.
Well, I wonder what that guy was doing for a job now.
I'm gonna fade into Bolivia.
Yeah. You can't return that video games.
We also have in the chat room Derek Rook.
Hey!
He says, "Crazy Cats, can't wait to see everyone at Rock and Shock this weekend. Gonna be epic."
Right back at you, buddy.
Don't hold your
It's gonna
breath.
be awesome.
And Slagoth is hanging out. He's painting.
Slagoth.
He's painting a werewolf right now.
Nice. I hope the werewolf doesn't get back.
So Alexander,
Yep.
obviously you've done this. This isn't your first foray into film. So I know you guys had the Haunting TV series a couple years ago when we met you. You guys had that going on, and you've done some other work as well. So you have a nice assemblage of equipment and everything at kind of at the ready for you to do this.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about some of your experiences in filmmaking?
Sure. I started off as a cinematographer for a indie film called Fight Ring, which is like this ultra low budget film with this guy Sean Gallimore that used to work for Disney as an illustrator and decided to take all these animation cells and stuff that he had from Disney and hawk it all in order to come up with a couple of grand to make this movie, because he is a master martial artist / artist. And so he made himself as the lead character as a master martial artist / artist in the film. And it was just like a fun kung fu, fighting thing with it had aliens in it. It's pretty fantastic. So I did cinematography for that. And then I moved on to doing associate producing for a couple of feature films. There was a film called Marathon, which we shot on 35 mil. And then another film called Diamond Rough, which we shot in Hartford, which we had Fred Rostar from Onyx in it, and Felicia Snoop Pearson from The Wire was in that. And so I've also really dabbled in filmmaking myself. And when we did the web series, I did a lot of B-roll for that. And I've also I cut the series together for Haunting Light. I wrote the series, I directed the series. And so I've been studying film and storytelling for a while now, and I've actually switched to mostly writing. But we finally filmed the music video for Haunting Light from the main theme song from this band Fairwood out of Meriden, Connecticut. And so we finally filmed that, and I filmed the whole thing by myself, which I had done it such a long time with like the full equipment. I have like way too much stuff for an individual, but like. It took me like 3 hours to light this music video, and I was like, oh crap, I'm like, just realizing how long it actually takes to put everything together and craft the light and the camera angles and everything. But this is a little more stripped, so it's going to be a lot easier and a lot easy going. I'm basically just working on audio, and I'm going to get like 3 types of audio. I'm going to get off my H4n direct, and then I'm going to be getting off a lav mic, and then I'm going to be getting off the onboard mic. So I have three forms of audio, so I can kind of see what sounds the best for that space, and get as many angles as I can. But mostly just trying to get the story. And in documentary filmmaking, it's really like if you assemble the story in your brain, you really don't need to think about the technical too much, because it's pretty much straight on angles, get clean audio, get the story, and try to get people to kind of disclose things they normally wouldn't disclose, get them comfortable enough to disclose personal stuff and things that really get to that human story. And I said it's really exciting for me to.
Whiskey usually works.
Yes, yeah, a little bit of lubrication for the.
If you're buying Alexander, I'll tell you some shit.
I will bring lots of whiskey.
And then then we found the rash, and that was weird. Oh shit.
While you were.
This is gonna be fun. I'm really excited about this.
That's a weird lump. Check this out. Film this. You don't need a long lens, Alexander.
Should I get this checked out?
Yeah. Touch this. Does it smell funny?
Is this a rash or a sauce stain? I can't tell.
While you were talking about that, first time Michael said, I saw that movie. I'm not quite sure which one he's referencing, but first time Michael has seen one of the movies you worked on, apparently.
Probably Fight Ring.
Fight Ring? Yeah, okay. First time, Mike, when you get a chance, put it in chat room. And then also, Grease Jacket Beck is in the chat room right now.
Oh.
And she says...
Bombaleo, Grease Jacket Beck. Yeah, she had a bad day. It's not her birthday.
Well, Raven Shadow. Yeah. She says, just an FYI, guys, I'd prefer Raven Shadow over John Travolta any day of the week.
Oh, listen, if you're in the Worcester area... Listen, you're better than all of them, Grease Jacket, okay? It's all their fault, okay? You do you.
Whose fault?
The fucking bad guys at work.
The bad guys at work.
All them demons. All them werewolves and Dracula that she works with.
Draculas.
Are you trying to make a transcontinental connection here?
I'm just trying to just make something fucking happen, Johnny. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just trying to do something.
I was going to say he could do Skype sex, but no, you really couldn't, could he?
I'm having a Skype malfunction.
He couldn't figure that out.
No.
Page me.
No.
Page me. How do you like talk dirty on like paging? How do you do that? Like a certain amount of vibrations?
Speed dial's involved.
Doesn't 58008 spell boobs in digital numbers?
I think there's a moratorium on boobs spelling boobs though.
It's limited. It's limited interaction.
Now, we have a new listener. This is Drive Jacket Mark's sister. Keep that in mind,
yeah,
okay?
They're exciting.
We definitely did have pages back in the day, though.
Oh, yeah. He had one, yeah.
I had one, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drive Jacket Mark says, tell Raven Shadow to keep his Skeletor figures to himself. You better not piss off Drive Jacket Mark.
I'm not trying to. Where's he live?
In Australia.
That's far away. No, that's cool. No, it's not. Big ups. I love criminals.
What? You love criminals?
Yeah, don't they live there?
What the fuck?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just teasing. I'm sorry. I got Russian hands and Roman fingers. I apologize. No, it's nice. She had a bad day. Was trying to have some laughter and comedy.
Ric Flair Woo says Raven Shadow equals Van Helsing. And hey, you got Beck laughing. She's laughing in the chat room.
See, there you go. Thank you.
All right, back to Alexander.
Yeah, what's a little film you make?
We got a little detour right there.
He's like, I waited 200 episodes for this.
I know. Oh, and MZ's taking fucking pictures over here.
That's right, man.
What do you think Sir Isaac is?
Oh, shut up.
Could you take a picture, please?
Taking fucking pictures while we're doing the show. Unbelievable. All right. So
you want to take a selfie?
So Mars, what are you looking forward to most about the documentary? I'm curious.
I think that right now, if you look at all the people, in the band from the sax, that's weird. What is happening right now, Mr. Wizard? Andy Christ is so hot he made his water boil. But if you look
at some towels,
if you look at the sax slinger next to me, who's been in the band for quite a while, but then you go up to Myra Moraz. There's a great cross reference right now of people in the band that have been in for a long time and people that have been like around the band but outside the band, so they have like a totally different perception. And I think that that's really interesting because like Tiny and I's first job in the music industry, if you will, was carrying, like, we were roadies for the band Moraz was in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, to be able to come up with that person all that time, and and Myra has been working with us for a few years now in the quote unquote office as a graphic designer.
And the Deadites kind of ran parallel with Myra's, with some of her previous bands.
Yeah, but with both those bands actually,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back to some of the earliest days, like the Deadites played with Curtain Society because we were the only bands that weren't AC/DC cover bands.
Well, and if you remember, I actually came upon the Deadites when I was in a band that played with you guys, and then after that band split up, I went to see the Deadites like on my own, and I said, I want to be in this band.
I remember, and I mean that's a great story. I remember the day it was you came.
It was Minefield, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Me and Ethan McGloofovitz used to hang out and wait for the orders of beer to come on Wednesday afternoons at the Lucky Dog, now the Cove, and Antichrist strolled in like during the day one day, if you recall. And it was me, Ethan McGloofovitz, and Greg Catronio. So yeah, I was like, that's a good memory right there, because I remember before I saw you. Hearing Greg go, this fucking guy.
Go fuck yourself.
No, go fuck yourself. The other owner of the Lucky Dog was famous for calling me at inappropriate times and telling me we were going places. Mars Casino. I'm like it's Tuesday at 2 a.m. Mars.
I think you guys meant as a band going places. Like, you guys are going places.
Yeah, Mars Casino. Mars Corn.
Corn.
We had Ethan's dad had a corn eating contest one day at his house. It was crazy.
And you know what's funny is before I was a member of the band, I had seen you guys a couple times, and because of playing in a show with you, but not actually being in the band, I never was able to pay attention. You know how it is when you're you just never paid attention.
Yeah.
And after I saw you guys on my own the first time, and I said I want to be in that band, I talked to you guys. We set something up, and then I found out my next door neighbor is at the time was in the band. And yes, would you like to reveal which member that was?
I know she was my next door neighbor. I'd be always hanging around the windows. But that was the amazing.
It's a little creepy.
Well, it's a little creepy, but true. I have to work hard to be as creepy as you just are. But that was a good party time because Antichrist and Donna Matrix were next door neighbors.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a bad sitcom right there.
That's true.
It really is.
That needs to be in the movie. Let's make that a thing.
Yeah.
Raj lived upstairs. Rerun lived across the street.
Hey. Either What's Happening or Three's Company.
What happening?
No. Three's Company would be.
Come and knock on our door. Yeah, so just be like a picture of Dynamo doing that in the corner.
You don't want to think about what I do in the corner. That's me in the corner.
In the bathroom.
Cover your eyes. But I'm really excited because I other than I think that come this time next year we'll be dead. Knock on particle board. But I think that we're gonna sound better than ever. I think that there's just a great cross reference and a lot of potential for great stories. And one thing I'm very proud of is that we haven't burnt too many bridges, so I don't think that it would be impossible to talk to Vigilante or certainly Silica is still around all the time. That dude is around more than when he was in the band. So
And are you guys still recording right now for the new album?
We stopped because when I tell you that, there was some personal stuff on my end, but when I tell you that all Tiny White does in October is build that fucking maze, I'm not kidding. That is literally all Tiny White does in October.
Well, I definitely would love to get some footage of behind the scenes for the recording of the new album. And
sure. For sure.
I think that's going to be a really good tail end part of the.
We'll start. Yeah, we'll start again soon. Yeah, we'll start again soon. There's the new studio I think is set up for
for sex and stuff, which we weren't before, and
sex.
Yeah. I can tell you.
There's a cot.
Yeah, no, I can tell you that since he added a zero to what that studio cost, there has been no sex.
Raven Shadow, Drive Jack and Mark in the chat room says, Raven Shadow giving me dating advice while hitting on my sister.
Not in the same show.
It's true. They were two different
I'll take
shows.
whatever stories you guys got.
Thank you.
Keep them coming.
But yeah,
write that shit down.
And also, Alexander, I don't know that you've got to meet everybody. How cool it's going to be for you to when the time comes for you to sit down with Antichrist, you're gonna pull your spleen laughing.
I was gonna ask if there's any member of the band who hasn't thrown up before going on stage at some point in our career. If you remember, I got very sick 2 years ago at the Halloween show.
Yeah.
And then I went up on stage 3 songs in. You're like, oh my god!
It was the reverse of that Palladium show. Halfway through the show, I just heard, and I was like, "Where's that coming? Oh, wait a minute, he's here." But yeah, I don't think so. There's a great piece of audio out there where it's it's a camera. It's a camera that's close enough to stage to pick up the monitor mix, which people normally can't hear. So I went around, I did something, it picks up, and you just hear me go, "Hey everybody, we're back. I just threw up behind Silica's keyboard."
Oh god!
And you hear Silica go, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I think it's just going to end up being tons and tons and tons of footage and be kind of sorting through that. I mean, I have the story in my head, and I feel like there's going to be certain things that are definitely going to stick out.
Joe Roski's Deadites.
Okay, I really want to focus on this or get more information on that as I start to interview people. But
yeah, all of
stuff I mean, kind of whittling down.
All of Dynamo's women over the years. You can have a gallery of all the
both of them
96-year-old women. And
we called them the Dynamuffs.
Are they going to rate your bedroom performance? Is that what we're going to put a scale there?
I don't want to talk about that.
A scale? Yeah. You weigh how much? Oh, no, they get a scale.
We're going to a truck stop?
I want to interview the girl that, some kind of story about you in some coats. You with a girl in some coats and a pile of coats. Is that something?
Yeah, no, I don't know that ever happened. Now I'm thinking of it. I think it did actually kind of happen. How do you know that?
Because we talk all the time.
I was just talking to that girl just now. I think that we're not going to talk about that because she's happily married, and I think she was then too.
I do want to ask. Sir Isaac has been going to Deadeye shows for a long time.
Yeah, you got to talk to Sir Isaac.
Are there any? Do you have any memories, Sir Isaac, or anything you think should be included? Anything that comes to mind?
Well, let's see now. I saw the Evil Streaks there. They were great. I've seen Teal about at least twice. He's always been excellent. Beaver McD and Captain Insidious. The Agents of Chaos. You've got to talk to them. Those guys are great. They really are a great opening act. I knew the first time I saw them that they were definitely going anywhere. So, yeah.
They weren't going anywhere, is that what you said?
No, they were going somewhere.
Maybe we should talk about the most famous act we've opened for. Do you know who that is right off the top of your head?
The most famous?
Most famous best-selling artist that we have ever opened for. There's only one.
Is it Wesley Willis?
More than Guar?
Misfits?
Oh, well, if you count those guys. Yeah. No, this was at the smaller venue.
Well, it can't be the Misfits because Danzig had already left by the time you guys...
The lead singer of this band is a hat designer now.
Wasn't the
We'll be right back. The Fix.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember opening for The Fix?
I do.
Yes, we opened for The Fix once. The 80s band The Fix. One thing leads to
Yeah.
another. Saved by Zero. At the Lucky Dog.
Red Skies at Night.
Yes,
that was the night that...
them.
That was a good story because that was the night that Tiny fired our manager twice. Our stage manager.
Yeah, we've heard that story.
Because he pulls him, he goes, MC 900-foot Ronsky. He goes, what? He goes, the Fix just brought a bunch of whores on our bus, and you don't have any whores. And he goes, yeah. He goes, well, you're fucking fired. And he goes, yeah, but you guys don't have a bus. He goes, you're right, you're hired again. He goes, you're fucking fired. He goes, why? He goes, because where's our bus?
There was does a bus make sure it's full of horrors.
That was probably the night when I was so frustrated with the promoter that we had worked with
since and before that promoter, but if that promoter didn't know me, like, they would have thought that I was the biggest fucking cock because the Fix had set up their stuff.
Yep.
And it was like
we couldn't do a sound check.
Right. And for some reason when we were setting up, they were like, "Oh, you have to stand still so the Fix's stuff doesn't fall over." And I was like, I don't think that you want why did you get the Deadites if you want us to just stand here? Like, there are a million electronic bands that are just going to fucking stand here. And he was like, "Well, do you want to play with the Fix or not?" And I was like, "Not really, if I have to just stand here." And you know how tiny he is with confrontation, so you're just kind of like, "Oh."
And you know, with the Fix,
Right.
one thing leads to another. Hey, Michael! We'll be right back.
I think, but is I guess the Fix would have to be. There was something.
Oh, come on. Guar's got to be bigger than the Fix.
Oh, Wesley Willis.
People remember Guar.
Yeah. Did we?
Electric Hellfire Club.
Oh, yeah, we did open for Electric Hellfire Club back when you were still in Minefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, those dudes were weird.
Yeah, that guy shook your hand like this.
Yeah, like he was like, I was like, I had my fucking Ray Bork hockey jersey on. I had my Ray Bork hockey jersey on, and he comes over and goes, "Will you direct me to Dynamo from the Deadites?" And I'm like, that's me. And I was like,
I bet you wish I was in the band then.
Yeah, and I was like, "How you doing?" Right? And he went. He shook my hand like very daintily,
like a swan.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop looking at me, swan. But yeah, it was pretty weird. I don't know. Like I feel like there are enough stories for like a million movies. You know, like it's I don't know. I wouldn't even start. There's the night that.
Well, the way you tell them, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah.
Yes. About 8 movies.
There was the night that me and Skip 13 beat up someone behind the stage because they were trying to beat up our friend in Defika. And it turns out that the guy that I was dropping Masawa style knees on was the dude that owned the club. And then we still had to play.
Wait, that show I was at? I want
to
tell
yeah,
that
you were
story.
at that
I'm
show.
telling that story.
Yeah.
That's my moment.
Yeah, that's like
That's my moment.
Yeah, that was the one where it's like the fucking...
That's Ravenshaw's WrestleMania moment.
It was. No, the guy was like, "Listen, don't get fucking naked." And he's like, "I'm not going to get naked. If you get fucking naked, I'm going to jump off the spot and beat the shit out of you." He's like, "I'm not getting naked." So it goes on stage, and he's wearing a vinyl, like, Edge 1997 trench coat.
You think you know me?
Yeah. You're not my homie. And then the first song is the two girls in the Asian wing start singing. He takes off his trench coat to reveal the see-through fucking shower curtain trench coat. And he's like, "That's it." And he jumps across the bar like a fucking Duke boy. And it's like, and a brawl erupts backstage. And then it de-escalates.
It de-escalates.
Yeah, we'll tell a story. And that just went on. And
That's true. We did play.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
We like telling.
Real quick in the chat room, Ric Flair, woo, asks, where did MZ go? Did he need to rub one out?
Yes.
It's funny how the air conditioner stopped right then. Like,
Slegoth says, Raven Shadow taking a shot, fucking savage. Put it in a glass and sip on it.
We don't have any glasses, Slegoth. It's not in the budget.
And first time Michael says, oh, the movie I was talking about was Fight Ring, and I also saw Sean Gallimore's Vampire Hunter movie, Priceless.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
And Drive Jack and Mark thought that was a bottle of maple syrup that everyone was drinking.
That's the one thing with any Sean Gallimore movie is always a montage with his glistening abs in it. So you're welcome.
It's like a low budget Scotty Atkins.
If you find him on Facebook, it's like nothing but ab shots.
It is Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey.
It's me too.
Fireball.
Fireball.
You can.
Nice and comfortable.
Yeah. So there's no shortage of stories, that's for sure. It's just going to be narrowing them down and getting the best ones. And as typically happens with documentaries, as we found out interviewing various folks, the narrative you have in mind isn't always the narrative that you have at the end of the movie. So it'll be interesting to see how that sort of develops as it gets made.
You know who he wants to talk to is Oracle. Because you know what Oracle has over anyone else in the band, with the exception of Johnny Wolfenstein?
Talent.
You know what else?
What?
She doesn't really drink. At least it shows. So there's probably some stories that we don't even remember.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the past she did.
No, I don't think it shows though.
If she did, she
yeah.
never really got.
No.
Yeah.
Got super.
There were too many me's wandering around that
Yeah.
made that dangerous.
Oh, Jakey Poo's hanging out. He
Hey!
says, well, look at this parade of sausage. There's a lot of meat in here.
Andy Christ, Jakey Poo is the host of an incredible podcast I think you would dig on if you ever
Hi,
listened.
Jakey Poo.
It's called The Cult of Muscle, and they just cover action movies of all kind. Like they did the Blade trilogy, the last episode that I listened to, and it was awesome. And but you know, some of my favorite ones when they dig deep in the canon and the Empire pictures and stuff like that. And
cool.
Yeah, and I often when I listen to it, I'm like, there are 4 people who have seen this movie: the 2 people reviewing it, and me and Andy Christ.
And Jakey Poo follows up and says, like a crock pot full of cocktail weenies soaked in alcohol. That's awesome.
Yeah, fair. That's good.
That's what the new T-shirt's gonna say.
Sounds like a party.
Whoa, whoa.
And Drive Jack and Mark, he keeps hammering on you, Raven Shadow.
Why?
Raven Shadow giving my sister the fireball.
This one has have a good day. She had a bad day.
She needs a shot for that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, have one for her, Raven Shadow.
No, not that kind of shot.
This is for Slagoth.
For Slagoth or Grease Jacket Beck?
I'm already in trouble. I'm for Slagoth. I don't want to get. I'm always in trouble.
You had to go all the way like to an entirely different continent on the other side of the world to find somebody that was more excited about you being here than Andy Christ.
Yeah, that's true.
So who do you
doesn't
guys
make it not a
think
thing.
at the convention this weekend? Anybody from the band other than what we have in front of me right now?
At the convention, Donna Matrix is taking a red eye in, so I'm not positive when she is gonna hit.
She's coming from L.A., right?
Yeah, she's in La right now. She, I love her dearly, but like I texted her and asked if everything was okay in L.A., and she was like, sorta, and I was like, oh my god, what happened? She's like, pedicures cost $90 here. I was like, all right, first world problem.
She has feet.
Right? I don't know. But I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. You never, it's like the show tonight. You never know who's gonna roll in and who's not.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
I'm basically just gonna have you guys cast a white net, and anybody you see that you think either a band member you've played with, or other bands that you've played with, or
Sure.
pretty much anybody you think might have a good story. You just snag them up and.
Is there anybody in the band I haven't introduced you to other than the 2 new members?
Maybe just some of the older members.
Maybe 12 Gauge. You might not have met 12 Gauge either. He's pretty new.
Oh shit!
I think I did. I might have met him actually.
Okay. Yeah. No, at Ralph's. Right.
Yeah.
Shit, Raven Shadow. Grease Jacket Beck says definitely have a shot for me, Raven Shadow.
Oh!
Wow!
Nice.
Thanks.
Is she in Australia? How far is Australia?
Can you you want to drive there?
Yeah.
To a point.
He's gonna get there, and she's gonna have the reverse. That's not a knife. Thing.
What is
she's
the
gonna,
reverse?
It's as opposed to it like being bigger and better than she thought. She's gonna be like, "That's not a. I guess that's a knife." What? That's pretty. Average.
She's gonna be like.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was
awful. Boo! Thank you, Waldorf.
Yeah, just beware if she says, "Hey, that's not a penis. This
Right.
is a penis."
Oh, come on!
There you go. See,
Dane, get pissed.
why could you say it like that?
I don't know. I don't have
We
the.
got it.
I don't have the comedic. I guess my virginity has to grow back to have the comedic timing of Month Zero.
And obviously that joke from Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, what was that, Alexander?
Can we have like a blurred version of the tuck dance in the documentary?
Might be a copyright infringement.
Andy Christ, do you know that happened?
Show Antichrist.
Someone paid money
a few broken bones
to have Monster Zero do the tuck dance on video for them.
Tell him,
Really?
Yeah.
Tell him how much.
How much?
How much would you guess?
Yeah.
How much is that worth to
anyone in this room
Yeah.
or someone?
anyone in the world?
Well, there's something for everybody.
Fair.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's true.
Any type
Everybody
of,
likes something.
That's right. Even two trolls have mates.
It's true.
So
She was very excited about it too.
okay.
I totally want you.
Was this in America?
Yeah.
Yes, US
Yes,
dollars.
this is
you
American
think,
money.
USD.
Was this person watching on Braille? Okay. I'm just
That
gonna.
would make him want to lease.
Hey, this isn't going on the show, is it?
No.
Okay, thank you.
It's just in studio.
$50.
I
Let's
will-
say
That's a grease
$50.
jacket.
Because if that was going over, I would cripple you.
All right, $50.
$50?
What's up?
Higher.
Really? $100?
Yeah.
$100 to watch him do the tuck dance.
So let me just fast forward a
Yeah.
little bit here.
Hey, it was a lot of money back then.
My fuck me so hard.
Oh wait, was he a big frat person?
Sir Isaac, are you excited about this?
I took off my glasses and put on my prescription for this. I'm breaking kayfabe, and it's totally worth it.
So, for the folks listening to the podcast, we're watching the tuck dance video that MZ did. I don't know why we're subjecting Kevin to this.
I'm not watching it. I'm just watching the Andy Christ reaction.
I'm watching his reaction too.
There we go.
Wait for
Oh,
it.
good Lord.
I'm sorry you can't see this, Alexander. Maybe we'll make.
You're gonna have to take me in studio sometime.
Yeah.
Just watch this for posterity's sake.
Got his hair down and everything.
Here it comes. I couldn't stop laughing at that. Wait, should I play this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause it.
That's a fucking 8x10. 8x10. $5 a pop.
You guys want to see the rest? Oh no!
Oh man.
Did you give Monster Zero some like little clip-on nipple clips? You know, like little.
He had pasties.
He had a one pasty.
Wooberman had supplied the pasty
From England.
Nice.
My eyes. The
I'm gonna go back to
goggles, they
drink
do
heavily.
nothing.
Here, rinse them out with this.
Rinse your eyes out with Fireball whiskey.
Oh, fuck, baby. Go with this.
It'll be a great nightmare feel from one of my short stories. So I'd love to check it out sometime.
Oh man, it's more horrifying than Eddie's story.
We should raise money to see how much we could raise to post it on Facebook.
Oh no!
That's a good idea.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
Shut
is.
up.
Can we do one of those links that like vanish after a while?
No, we can't do that.
I'm talking to Johnny.
Oh, like for the video. You're saying,
yeah, yeah.
No.
Like
So
Snapchat.
it expires
yeah.
in 20. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
No.
How about we just make a GIF of it? You know.
No.
Oh shit! Ric Flair Woo just wrote a song in the chat room. I think it's to the tune of Grease.
Oh my god.
I'll just read the lyrics. Raven Shadow had me a blast. Raven Shadow happened so fast. I met a girl.
Oh yeah. Summer Nights.
Okay.
Raven Shadow had me a blast.
Raven Shadow happened so fast.
One time.
I met a girl crazy for me.
Yeah, girl, down in the sea.
I can't read it.
Met a boy, cute as can be.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Thank you.
Summer days drifting away.
Whoa, oh, the summer night. Oh, well, whoa.
Tell me
more, tell me more.
Did you get very far?
What's the name of his car?
Like, does he drive a car?
Sexy, right?
Bobajetta.
If I was writing a song about Raven Shadow from a Grease musical, it definitely would have been Beauty School Dropout.
I always forget about your love of your Monster Zero's love of Grease.
Oh yeah,
I do love Grease. Grease. Is
I love Grease too. Who doesn't love Grease?
I love Grease too.
I like it.
Grease 2,
with Michael.
Grease also.
Yeah.
Grease 2 is fun too, but the original is just fantastic. Great music, just a great movie.
Hear, hear.
Yes,
I agree.
Treat.
Oh, now Mars is taking pictures over here. This is ridiculous.
Monster Zero's amazing.
Grease Jacket back just laughed again, Raven Shadow.
See?
I think you're making a good impression here.
Days get.
Oh, my panties.
Whoa! That wasn't me, Drive Jacket Mark.
Oops. Oh, I think that there's something happening down under.
Oh, will you pick that up for me, Michael?
Still not me, Drive Jacket Mark.
She just smiled and gave him a Vegemite sandwich.
I think you're getting quiggly down under. There's going to be some men at work later, let me tell you.
What was that movie with Hugh Jackman?
What was the
Which
movie?
one? Australia?
X-Men.
Drive Jacket Mark loves Grease, he says.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
He has a drive
I
jacket.
guess everyone does.
Second best to Grease.
I don't even know where the fuck we were.
So for the
oh yeah, there he is.
Documentary.
So there's a story that I've always wanted to hear that I never got the full story is that you guys got kicked out of a venue and banned for life, I guess. Which venue is that and what happened exactly?
Do you know, Mars? I don't. Nothing comes to mind.
I don't know that we were actually banned from the Worcester Palladium, but we definitely were not asked back after we caused the riot. Okay. No, we never went back into that. We used to play kind of a lot for a while. There's a smaller upstairs venue.
Yeah.
And we definitely caused some damage. What's funny is on that night, they were kind of on our side. But then, like, later on, I think that we... But the relationship is better, unless I'm thinking of somewhere else. But I think that's the only place
I think it's the Palladium.
That's the only place we ever got in a lot of trouble. But like, because in their defense, it was irresponsible for once they started trying to tear the fence down to get to us, it was irresponsible of me to goad them further. So.
Raven Shadow, Drive Jack and Mark says, I'd love Raven Shadow as my brother-in-law.
Wow.
There you go, bro.
You just got an endorsement.
See? We got a hangman.
I think he's going to hang you.
He says, but there are certain ways we treat brothers-in-law here.
All right, listen, I'm the only child, dude, so, like, be gentle, man. That sounds scary.
Have you seen Wolf Creek?
Ah, shit. Can we, have a trivia night?
What? Trivia night?
Yeah, have, a trivia off.
Trivia.
I don't think you'd fare very well against. What is it about? Like, would you be sitting around the whole time, being like, man, I hope the Booster Gold trivia comes up soon.
Michael John Carter.
Right? Yeah.
I hope they start talking about clack.
Yeah, clock.
Well, you kind of said it.
I just did say it.
Clack.
Yeah, I don't want some fucking rugby incident.
Rugby incident.
I don't know. I don't want to get hurt.
You're not really endearing yourself.
No.
I'm open to new
Maybe
things.
you should try. Maybe you should try John Travolta because Raven Shadow is just.
He's a lost cause.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm open to new things.
Sir Isaac, how does
Grease Jacket Beck? Are you okay with someone who smokes like a fucking chimney?
Yeah, he smells bad.
He smells bad all the time.
He looks good. Now the axe doesn't matter. You smell like smoke now with more axe.
Yeah. And it's the fall. And it's the fires.
You smell
Remember
like
when he had that
spray
grenade?
paint. You spray Febreze on a load of shit. It's still gonna smell like shit.
No, that's not nice.
It's just gonna be sweet smelling shit.
That's uncalled for.
Yeah.
It might be uncalled for, but it's certainly not untrue.
He doesn't smell like shit. He smells
No,
like
I'm
smoke.
not saying he does smell like shit, but I'm just emphasizing on the point that dude, you smell like cigarettes all the time.
You smell like a virgin.
What does that smell like?
Like fucking Vaseline and chafing.
Yeah. What does that smell like? I don't know what that
I don't know.
smells like.
I don't know if that's a virgin though.
You know, an ode to sadness. There's a bouquet. There's a bouquet of sadness in the air.
Yeah, this.
Basically, it's the scent of Kleenex and used tissues.
Yeah. It's like a Johnson & Johnson ad.
He's got a bouquet of dildos and a handful of 50s.
Yeah, mine a fucking Bed Bath & Beyond.
I could be standing outside a woman's prison in a fistful of 50s and a bouquet of dildos, and no woman would come near me. That's the truth. Don't listen to that. It's
And you're a
true, but don't
good-looking guy. You know, we're gonna go to Australia, me and you.
Yeah.
The hell we are.
Why?
Because they have adventures. I'm gonna give you a dirty dingo.
This is the
We're
guy
gonna hang out.
This is the guy that drove by the Palladium at a concert because he thought that the crowd was too rowdy. And you think you're gonna take him to Australia?
I just didn't feel like going. That's not it.
We're gonna drug him like Mr. T.
Every man knows that a woman just absolutely adores a bouquet of rubber cocks. That's just like what you present to any woman if you're in the courting ceremony.
It's true.
Yeah, you're married, right, Alexander?
Yep.
I bet when Alexander stays in a hotel room,
Yeah.
there's some stuff going on.
Yeah. So
When I stay in a hotel room, last time I did the Rocket Shock, and I had a booth. We had a hotel room, and there's this gentleman from India.
Nice.
That I believe was hitting on me, my wife, and the young lady, the 16-year-old lady that was helping us out with the booth.
was that a 1-6 or a 6-0?
1-6.
That's not good.
We had a young lady that was helping us out. That's was interning with Jeanette for some art projects and decided to come help us out with the booth. And we went to the hotel, and he's like, he's looking at her, and he's like, to the young girl, he's like, "Are you 12?"
Whoa.
And she's just like, "What?" And then he follows us into the elevator, and he's looking around, and he's like, he looks at me and he looks at my wife, and he's like, "Your husband?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's my husband." He looks at her, he's like, "Very handsome." Kind of rubs his hands together, and you're like, "Oh shit."
Wow.
He's gonna want to buy me for a whole bushel of dates or something.
I want to make a movie about this.
Wow. Yeah, this sounds more interesting.
Sir Isaac, I'm curious. You're down there quiet. What are the Brits take on Australia?
Oh, we shipped them all for a reason now, didn't we?
That's what I thought.
I didn't say that, Drive Jacket Mark.
They're not that tough.
Drive Jack and Mark says no. They play hangman with the brother-in-laws.
Like the.
Yeah, you play hangman on a piece of paper. You
Oh
guess.
yeah, I'm good at that. That and 7-Up. We played that in school. Remember that? I'll do Hangman.
And then he also says, I always imagined Raven Shadow smelled like Brill Cream and Old Spice.
I'm not saying it's not musky.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patsy the Angry Nerd.
In a way, he does. Just add a giant ashtray on top.
Not in leather.
Patsy the Angry Nerd says Raven Shadow smells like dandruff shampoo and monkey turds.
Let's go fuck yourself, Patsy.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think the Brill Cream and Old Spice.
Yeah.
I don't know what one of those smells like. I'm not sure about what dandruff shampoo sounds like.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Hey, you don't have dandruff. Exactly.
What is fucking happening?
This is the weirdest fucking show.
Remember, children.
Father, I'd just like to say one thing about Britain versus Australia. One country gave the world the Rolling Stones, the other gave the world Yahoo Serious. Case closed.
Whoa, man.
Yahoo Serious is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
My first record.
Wait, Mel Gibson before he flipped out.
It's true.
That's true. Yeah.
George Miller.
George Miller.
George Miller, yeah.
My first record before
Miller's Crossing.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
my first record.
BMX Bandits.
Yeah. Maybe it was my second record. I know I had a Monkees record, but my first record was one of my first records was Business as Usual. I love it. I'm indebted to Australia. In Excess before Kick.
In Excess, yeah.
Before Kick.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman.
Before Michael Hutchins decided to hang around.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
The low-hanging
It's
fruit.
funny because it's true.
Maybe you just read Montezero's love memoir. He's like, I planned the whole night to read this memoir. Once upon a time, the end. Well, might as well hang myself.
The fucking Crocodile Hunter. He did a lot of good things for the world.
Who?
The Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah. Paul Hogan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan.
Brian Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking FX.
They were.
Oh yeah, yes.
And FX2.
And Cocktail. Hello.
Yeah.
The Crocodile Hunter too. Yeah.
They were
Yes.
showing.
Said that.
Yes.
They were showing Survivor, I think it is today.
Steve Irwin.
But they were showing the same episode over and over again. So it's just this weird montage of people walking around naked, digital with their naked parts digitalized out all day long.
Lee Whannell.
Oh, that's a good one.
Lee Whannell.
Drive Jacket Mark says Nick Cave.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And Cornelius thought you smelled like Burt and Newports.
No, Newports are bad for you, Cornelius. There's fiberglass in there, dude.
And first time Michael says, I
He
thought...
smokes Winston's.
He said, I thought cigarettes and Gingold soda.
Ooh, who said that?
First time Mike.
Michael Gingold.
Very close. Nice. That's an elongated man reference.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Or Cornelius says Margot Robbie. From
I'd like to smell like Margot Robbie. Be like, Mama Leo, film me. I'll tell you a story, Alexander.
One of my favorite,
Yes,
most
please.
outrageous, underrated films needs to be on Scream Factory soon. Razorback.
There you go.
Oh, Russell McKay.
Yep, I love that fucking movie.
Choice flick.
Yeah, I did that.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Who's Australian.
I like her despite the fact she's only in one movie over and over again.
And Jocko of the Bushwhackers.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Bushwhackers. I
No,
mean.
at the Bushwhackers from New Zealand.
Jacko from the Energizer commercial.
And one of my favorite shows of all time.
The Energizer! The Energizer! Oi! The Hemsworths, I believe, are from
Oh,
Australia.
yeah.
Are they Australian?
But Jocko was in a show called The Highwayman. Remember that back in the day?
Yeah, that was a good show.
Wasn't that the shit?
yes,
yeah,
yes,
it was.
yes.
It was Flash Gordon was in it.
Sam Jones?
Yeah.
Sam,
Was he?
yeah,
It was Sam
Jones.
Jones and Jocko.
That's right.
That was
Wow. Terrible.
That's I was gonna say that sounds like a buddy cop show, but it probably was a buddy cop
Wait a
show.
minute. Sam Jones was the lead in The Highwayman?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show all the time.
Yeah, they had the trucks and they could
Yeah,
and
yeah,
helicopters.
yeah.
Yeah, it was Sam Jones and
Russell
Jocko.
Crowe.
Oh,
Australian.
yeah.
Russell Crowe, who is now that much cooler because he did a movie with my new style American boyfriend.
Not because he was Superman's dad.
No, that brought that. Only the gauze could bring that real estate up.
He was Marlon Brando?
Yes.
Slaygoth says, Raven Shadow, you smell like a classic man. Fuck these haters.
Thank you, Slaygoth.
I think what he meant to say is you smell like the cancer man.
No, well.
Well, you do smell like a classic man. Classic man reeks of cigarettes and booze.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Like Marlboro Man.
Yeah,
What the
like-
fuck is a classic man?
No, Michael Raven Shadow.
Why?
Classic man.
Yul Brenner.
All right, I could go with that, maybe.
Gary Cooper.
I bet you none of the current Magnificent Seven smelled like smoke.
Well, they're alive.
Ric Flair Woo says Guy Pearce. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outback Jack.
Are we just naming things from Australia now?
Yeah.
We're gonna
Coral Reef.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue, yeah.
Nice ass.
Rogue.
Shrimp
The
on
film
the Barbie.
Rogue.
Do you really love Toaster Raven Shadow? Just
Toaster?
naming things we see. I love lamb.
Lamp. I love water.
Which
Portia de Rossi.
the film Rogue, which I actually wrote a review of it for a local publication, and they published the name, and I didn't notice it because I can't spell. Rouge.
Ric Flair Woo says Russell is a New Zealand turd.
Well,
there you go.
Okay, well.
So go fuck yourselves.
I didn't realize the Kiwis and the Aussies had beef.
Well, so are the Bushwhackers. They're from New Zealand.
They're from
too.
New
They're not
Zealand, yeah.
Yeah, they're not from Australia.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, yeah.
Yeah.
he's
Elle,
not-
Elle McPherson.
there you go.
I thought she was Mexican.
What?
I'll tell you this: my favorite.
That's Elle McPherson. Elle McPherson. Hello, I am Elle McPherson.
I am.
And I am El McPherson.
I'll tell you this: best thing that ever came out of Australia aesthetically, Nicole Kidman's behind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Wiggles.
Yeah. No? like
It's nice.
I you can make out the outline of her body from me freeze framing that scene on Eyes Wide Shut in the opening over and over again.
Did the remote control survive that particular playthrough?
It's still going, but
One of my favorite, who I actually have met, very nice, very lovely lady, young actress, Australian, Teresa Palmer. Tez Palmer. Anyone?
Not familiar.
Blonde.
So-
She was in, most recently, she was in Lights Out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she was in The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I didn't see that. I wanted to though.
No, anyone? No.
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies. She starred in Warm Bodies with Nicholas Hoult. There you go. Thank you.
Naomi Watts.
And Naomi Watts.
Quigley Down Under.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
He's British. He's one of mine. He's one of my people.
All right, enough with it.
Paul McCartney.
Are you trying?
I meant Alan Rickman was in Quigley Down Under. He wasn't from Australia.
I think Raven Shadow's just trying to get points with Grease Jacket back over here.
trying.
Naming things
From Australia, like
yeah.
he knows
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. They've been around the world.
Remember when real Godzilla knocked Matthew Broderick Godzilla into the Australian Opera House in Final Wars? That was cool. That's a big moment of history.
The casting crew of Wormwood.
Ah!
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, ending it there. Nothing else from Australia.
This was like, I don't even know. I'm not gonna talk anymore. I want to go home. Take me home right now.
Please, could you take me home? Please. So, Alexander, we're gonna see you this weekend.
Yes,
which
you are.
Which is gonna be fucking awesome. And I think you said Jeanette may make an appearance this weekend.
Yeah, she's gonna be there. She got some the day off for Saturday. I didn't know what you guys want me to, as far as you want me to just cover on Saturday or do Saturday and Sunday. I can definitely do both. I would like, if there's a place for me to crash, I would totally be down with that. But otherwise, I'd probably just do Saturday. But I'll be there all day, and Janelle will be there. Kind of just perusing.
Sure, we can find something.
I'm mostly handling the documentary.
Yeah, there we go. Like Tim.
So.
10 minutes later, after the uncomfortable silence of, if we can find a place to crash or something. Anyway, just looking for a place to crash.
I got you, Alexander. If you give me a ride home.
Yeah.
Shit, Raven Shadow.
What?
Grease Jacket Beck says, I don't care what you smell like, Raven Shadow.
Bambaleo. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
That's right. This is a show now.
Keep my cockatoo, Lou.
Bambaleo, you have a good day tonight and a better day tomorrow.
It's already tomorrow then.
Grease Jacket Beck.
Yeah.
I hope you realize what you're getting yourself into.
Don't worry about yourself. Why don't you check in?
Yeah, she's gonna end up being greasier jacket.
Listen, don't be outrageous because you know how.
Only if she goes near his hair.
Don't be crass. Don't worry about that.
Don't touch my hair.
Don't touch my hair.
He touched my hair. I worked with my hair a long time.
Sorry, you
He
can touch
touched
my
my hair.
Braid it.
Braid it.
Not you.
You know, I work a long time on my hair, and you hit it. He hits my hair.
Oh, shit. Ric Flair Woo just fucking threw down the gauntlet and says, what really matters is what Raven Shadow's genitals smell like.
Whoa.
Why to whom does that really matter to? No. I'm Leonard Nimoy.
It's like a greasy ashtray with a ham sandwich.
It's like if you put an egg in a Converse shoe that was dirty and then stuck it under a chicken coop for a week and then threw up on it.
Now I'm turned on.
No?
That's
not good.
Yeah,
it's a pork sandwich in a dirty
Greasy
ashtray.
yeah.
Barbecue sandwich.
That was a nice Weird Science reference there. I like it.
Because I'm seriously thinking about making up some shit.
Can you change it back? It's going to ruin Christmas.
Well, yeah, Jeanette will be there for at least for the show, and probably from hang around and kind of just hanging out at Rock and Shock.
Nice.
She'll be doing some B-roll for the recording of you guys playing.
I adore her.
And other than that, it's gonna be 100% me for the whole thing.
Hey, I have a question, Alexander, and this might be. I apologize if this is off. camera question, but whatever. Did you created the Facebook group for the film, and I didn't know who to add there or what to add there, like.
I made a couple of you guys as administrators, so you can just kind of jump in and add people, or you can just ask me to add people. But basically, people can request to be part of that group. I haven't had much action in it, but I think after I start getting some footage and I start putting some test footage out and some images and stuff like that, where people can interact with.
I'll send a message too out. I just didn't know if that's if it was for. If it was for that,
it's basically a place where everything that's happening on the documentary is going to end up on that space, so people can, from the fans from the Trick or Treat Radio fan page and Facebook, can come on there, and anybody can come on there and start be part of the conversation and comment on what's going on, or if there's something that they want to think would be pretty cool in the documentary. Even if someone took their cell phone and recorded something and sent it off to me and said, "Hey, I'm off in England or Canada or wherever," and they're like, "Hey, I want to be a part of it, and I have an experience with these guys," and they want to record something and then send it off to me, I would definitely accept that as well if it really works for the documentary.
Awesome. Sure. So there is that group out there. You guys can just get, if you need to be directed to the group, or just get in touch with us. I can always direct you to the right place. So podcast at trickortreatradio.com if you're not familiar with if you're not on the Fib, or if you don't know how to find that group. Just get in touch with us, and we'll make it happen.
The two great documentaries of 2017 happening
that weekend.
at Rock and Shock. Yeah.
We also have the Survival of the Film Freaks,
right,
being done by our good buddy Bill by Force from Outside the Cinema and Kyle Kukta, who made the fan film Phantasm.
Yep.
And if you guys would send people to reach me on Twitter, message me on Twitter, that's probably one of the best ways for them to get a hold of me at HTV Immortal.
I have. Oh, holy shit! I'm sorry. I just had a moment.
Fine,
I have a Michael Ravenshadow moment that I want to admit online, so that because I think fair's fair, and I've been making fun of Michael Ravenshadow for 200 something episodes, but people keep telling me that they're sending me personal messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to receive them.
See?
Yeah.
You want me to show you how?
I'm wondering if it just means that my phone is too old.
No, well, if you didn't update the app, then you.
But I have. I did. I thought I did.
I'll show you after. Raven Shadow. We also have Grease Jacket Beck says, "I just had to stop eating my ham and cheese sandwich at my desk. I think she was laughing so hard."
Nice.
Gross.
Because they reminded her of Raven Shadow's crotch.
Yeah, exactly.
Slow down. Don't be crass, Alexander.
That's gonna hold the mayonnaise. I just remembered one more famous Australian.
Oh Jesus! What?
Yeah, the epic Australian dude that got arrested. Are you holding my limp penis?
What? Oh yeah, it's coming out of Parliament or something.
Yeah. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, it's classic. You gotta see it.
Grab it. Yeah,
he's being nice.
It's on the net.
Oh shit, Jesse G's hanging out now. He says, yeah.
All right.
Well, we need to start getting some feedback here. Alexander,
Friedberg.
I know you're a busy man. Do you want to hang out for a bit longer? Do you want to?
I can hang out for a little bit longer. That'd be awesome.
Okay, cool. So just if you need to run, let us know. But we're gonna get into some feedback right now.
Feedback.
There's a lot of hilarious chatter going on about Raven Shadow's genitals.
This is exciting.
Ric Flair, woo, says, like a cheeseburger with an extra helping of herpes.
No. Cheeseburgers are good.
I like that one.
Okay, thank you, Alexander. You got to go.
Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome.
All right. So, you know what? Before we get into all the feedback, I'm going to go ahead and play the third part from Lance Beef Pile talking about Halloween Horror Nights, because I missed it last week. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. It's a little long, but I'm sure there's going to be some fantastic information in here. So let's go ahead and hear from Mr. Beef Pile, and we'll be back in a few minutes after this.
Last but not least, in my 3-part review of Halloween Horror Nights, Orlando, I'm going to talk about some of the licensed movie houses. They hit the 70s and early 80s pretty hard on these, and I was really excited to see what they come up with. I'm going to start off with a fun one, which is actually more of a modern movie. They did a haunted house for Krampus. This is another place where they got an opportunity to show off some weather effects. Where when you were inside the houses, it was fairly normal. When you got outside of the houses, they built houses inside of a giant soundstage. When you got outside, they had snow falling and a bunch of effects like that. Every year they have kind of an over-the-top fun house type thing where it's very violent, but also kind of done in fun. They've had houses with people stuck in wood chippers. They've had houses with they had one that was a holiday theme one with people with like a person trussed up like a turkey on a kitchen table, that kind of thing. And Krampus is very similar to that. If you've seen the movie, it does take you through several parts in the movie. The various trees, the various snowmen, the little totem guys, of course the crazy little gingerbread dudes are all there. One of my favorite parts of the house, other than the snow, was the end of it, actually, when you kind of got sucked into the Krampus's like domain, and you were in a cave that was looked very candlelit, and it smelled like Christmas spice and sugar cookies and Christmas candles and all sorts of things. And even though there was people leaping out at you and giant Krampus puppets and whatever else, it was just a place you wanted to hang out for a while. Then come the big three of this year, and those are the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original version, Halloween Hell Comes to Haddonfield, which is based on Halloween 2, also the original Halloween 2, and The Exorcist, which, again, based on the original. The first house we actually went into was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it was about 5 o'clock in the evening, so it was still light out. So admittedly my eyes had not adjusted to the first room. I knew it was kind of the entrance to the house itself. They did rebuild basically the entire house itself, the actual one from the movie, or one that looked like one from the movie. But when you went in, they had all the animal parts and the bone stuff and the taxidermy and things like that. They had the dinner table scene. They had the kind of self-cutting hitchhiker drifter guy, so all the things you want. They had the girl on the meat hook, the bathtub scene. They have pretty much everything. Very cool part of this house was that it was kind of similar to the movie in when you thought you would finish the house, there's usually kind of a walkway out of the tent. This was built in a giant tent. When you thought you were leaving, they actually had a bunch of debris and rusted out cars and brush and just crap. And the whole time you were leaving, they had more scares, more chainsaw, more leather faces coming after you and things like that. Very, very cool house. I definitely have to see it again when it's dark out, because I wanted to be able to see the detail, and my eyes were, by the time I got to the end of it, my eyes had finally adjusted from the light to the dark, so I'll have to do that one. The Halloween house was very impressive. 2 years ago they did a Halloween house, and it actually ended just like the Halloween movie, where you kind of walked into a room, you were between Loomis and Michael Myers, and the scare actor, as they call him, got shot and kind of fell out through a window. Now, in this house, since it's Halloween 2, it starts pretty much, if I remember correctly, like the movie, because I haven't seen it in a while, where you walk into the house, you go through a tunnel that looks like the inside of a closet, so very similar to the end of Halloween. So you're pushing through shirts and things like that. You pop out through the door of the closet, and you, of course, end up between Loomis and Michael Myers again, and he shoots Michael Myers through the window, and then you end up in the backyard where Michael Myers' body is gone. So that's kind of the opening part of the house. Very similar to the movie. You do eventually get to the hospital with the crashed car. The effect that I was really hoping they would do, of course, was the kind of the sauna room from the movie. And of course they had a big boiling tub effect and a Michael Myers scare actor, drowning someone in the steaming hot boiling tub, as well as just a bunch of the other scenes from the movie. I left that, and I realized at that point that I did not yet own Halloween 2, so left that house, and I'm pretty sure I was still in the theme park when I was ordering it on Amazon. So that was that house. And the last but not least house is the one that, they had been trying forever to get, and that is The Exorcist, based on the original Exorcist 1. And it was impressive, but it was a very weird house to create, because most of that movie takes place in the same room, and you're walking through a haunted house, and you're basically going from the same room to the same room to the same room. So they had to worry a lot about transitions. And they did a really good job with it. In fact, they had some really cool transitions. It had one of the best effects the entire night, because they had to find a way to bring in the artifact and the archaeological dig kind of from the beginning of the movie. I won't tell anyone. That's one of those spoilers I don't want to ruin for anyone that's going to go, but it was absolutely excellent and a very big wow moment. They did rebuild the entire house itself, so when you walk into the soundstage, you see the entire facade of the house with the window and all those, all of the kind of moodiness and sound effects and stuff like that. Then you go up through the house, you see everything that you expect to see in the movie. One of the transition rooms is actually a room where you're pushing through mattresses that are covered in what very clearly appears to be, caked on pea soup vomit, and they pump in a lovely pea soup smell into the thing. You don't get anything on you. It's, it's crusty, old paint, whatever, but definitely gives a good effect. So I would say it was just an excellent version of that house, and they did a great job. I did not mention in the Halloween house and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they do really good outside sets as well. I sort of mentioned it with Texas Chainsaw, but in Halloween, they also built Michael Myers' house in the past. They did a bunch of really cool things, and every one of the scares on Halloween used the same sound effects that were used in the original movie. So really, for fans of the movies, it was like you're living it, and it just gives you kind of an uneasy feel after you've seen those movies so many times to be walking through places that look exactly like they do in the movie. So that was my 3-part review of Halloween Horror Nights. If you get an opportunity ever to come down to it, it is absolutely excellent every year. I do get a chance to go every year, and I'm glad you guys listened. Thank you.
Well, that was very, very awesome, Lance Beefall. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that, my friend. Very cool, and we don't get a chance to go down there, but for anyone that is in the Florida area or within driving distance and can make it down there, you got a good preview of Halloween Horror Nights from our good buddy Lance Beefall. Thank you for being our man on the street. Now let's head to some voicemails, and we heard from an old friend we haven't heard from in a while. I'm just going to play it.
Trick or Treat Radio. It is I, Wooberman. I'm sorry I haven't been around for a while.
It's all right, man. We love you.
I've got no good excuses. Let's just say I had shit that needs to be done, and it's being done.
Yeah.
Apart from that, not much. I want to just bring up a little thing. I am so behind on the times. A friend of mine brought this up to me not long ago, and I felt like I just wanted to try and pass it out to you, erudite gentlemen, those are learned, those that have more brain cells than hair follicles.
You got the wrong
just
show.
wish to try and pass this out. Now, like I said, this is a bit delayed. Mike Tyson has once famously said, and I quote, so please don't take me on this, "I will fuck you until you love me, you faggot."
Whoa.
That's probably not the way he said it, but I just want to break down this little statement because it boggles my mind. I know it's an insult, I know it's a threat, and it's very effective, but it feels like there's part of it that doesn't really gel. Now let's just break this down. I'm going to take away all the colloquialisms and turn it into a standardized bit of language. Now, I will make passionate sex with you. Okay, let's remove that. That was my own I added in there for Dynamo.
Yeah.
I will have sexual intercourse with you until you come to crave it, as you would a lover. You homosexual. I still feel like the final part is it's like the gallbladder. You just don't need it. It's like putting tomato ketchup on a pizza. It just doesn't work. You got pasta sauce. It doesn't. Yes. Anyway, so that's the first part. And second of all, it's not sexual intercourse, is it? Because he's already said that he doesn't love him to start with, and he'll love him afterwards. He'll crave it. He'll want it. So really, what he's saying is, I will rape you until you crave rape from me, particularly, and then it won't be rape; it'll be consensual. But anyway, that's all I got. I want you guys to just discuss this and see if this makes any fucking sense. Or was it just an off-the-cuff insult to intimidate him? Because Iron Mike is pretty damn intimidating to start off with, and then when he starts threatening to rape you until you want it, you homosexual, it just doesn't sound right to me. And Iron Mike can't be wrong, can he? I mean, I wouldn't tell it to his face.
No, you can't.
I probably wouldn't be looking at him. I'd probably be across the country. Anyway, have a wonderful time at Rock and Shock, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, shucks.
Love you, Woobs.
Thank you, Uber man. You know what? I think he's just a crazy motherfucker, and he doesn't even know what he's saying.
I think I see the flaw in the statement. The thing of it is, you got to remember, it's a homophobic statement. He's trying to insult his opponent's manhood by calling him a homosexual. But the problem is, by saying that you're going to fuck him, that means that you yourself are a homosexual.
It's multi-layered, isn't it?
Whoa.
Raven Shadow.
We should call Professor J.
It's a bit of a catch-22.
Yeah.
All right. There is a follow-up, though, so maybe he has something else to add to it.
Figured it out. He cracked the code.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying that he wants to have sex with you to make you... It doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. I mean, surely somebody who wants to have sex with a man is a homosexual and at least a bisexual. But to call another bisexual a homosexual faggot doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, what? Just...
It's an American thing. We're sorry, man.
Yeah, but I mean, the way he phrases it, it sounds like it would be kind of like alongside the old use of double negative in the same sentence, like, I ain't got no money means you do have money.
Right.
Or I be got no weapon.
Yeah. or I be getting good grades this semester.
Okay.
All right. This is dangerous territory. Let's
Yeah. It was worth a shot.
What, no one likes the movie Hollywood Shuffle? Come on.
Nice. Robert Townsend reference.
I would like to point out that Iron Mike was using a lot of cocaine during that time.
That is true.
Is that true?
He was never very good when it came to the English language anyway.
Bone cold.
Stone cold?
No, Cold Stone.
Cold Stone. Cold Stone.
Shawn Michaels Up and Coming Hungry on Tiger.
Up and Coming Hungry on Tiger was his last goddamn match.
His last match, Mike.
Hey, Hollywood Shuffle had a positive message. That's all I have to say.
It wasn't his last match. He came back.
It was
at that time. Yeah. At that time,
I actually am in the minority of people that think that era of HBK is better than any era of HBK. Like DX, he was good. Before that, he was good. He was great in both those eras. Yeah. But Shawn Michaels, like who's like the equivalent of like he was the popular pop star originally, and then he was the fucking bitter, crazy, offensive pop star, and then he was like, you know, the grown ass man coming back and looking for redemption.
Wait, when he's born again? When he came back?
Like that era of Shawn Michaels, I think, is the best, and also the most untapped character. Like the most, like they fucked up and lost with the potential of that character more than anyone.
We have a dating update from Drive Jacket Mark.
Nice.
There you go.
He says she just calls me weirdo now, but in a nice way. Is that progress? Raven Shadow?
Can you put his craft back up?
His crap?
Craft.
Oh, okay.
His orange juice carafe?
Yeah, no. Can you put his poster back up that he may work really hard for?
I hope so. And he also says, I got kicked out of a club once. They said we don't have gays here.
Who?
Wow.
Who got kicked out of that club?
The Drive Jacket Mark.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
Were you wearing the Drive Jacket?
It's no club I want to go to.
No. Definitely not.
It's not fun.
Kevin, do you need to make an exit soon here?
Sure, yes.
Okay, I
Oh,
saw
no,
you-
I keep taking the coat on and off.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just didn't.
When I don't want to be talked to, I put my jacket on.
Oh, shit, I broke the rules.
Don't look at me. Do your own fucking voice.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not me. I'm I got your back.
Okay.
I'm looking out for you.
Back.
I know you do.
Well, while we do have Kevin here,
Yes.
Mars, you wanted to make a voice request or something?
What do you mean? Oh, I for some reason I don't. You said voice.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about what I thought you said. I thought you were like, Mars, do you want to make a moist request? I was like,
Special dedication.
Yes.
Special dedication.
I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite.
You know, if I had to fuck a guy, I'd fuck Elvis.
Nice. That's a good one. I think Arnold is my favorite of all.
It's everybody's favorite, and you know why? Because I had sex with the ugly maid, because it was better than having sex with the skeleton of a Kennedy family member. And then I had a kid. No. No, I didn't.
Are you sure?
Yes. Trump 2016.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Yes. Donald Trump.
Do you think it's appropriate the remarks that Donald Trump made on him?
Yes.
Have you grabbed ladies in that inappropriate way?
I don't need to hear the rest of the question, Alex.
Fair enough. I don't know. That's rude. Like that. Aren't you afraid that will hurt your popularity, especially since you're campaigning for Conan the Barbarian Dose?
What is go fuck yourself?
Wow, Arnold, that's not nice. I'm a big fan. I have all your films on
Thank
multiple
you.
format. I really enjoy the film.
Pumping Iron.
No, that's a good one too. But I think my favorite Arnold movie is obviously Predator.
Yes, Predator.
One of my
Very good.
favorite movies.
Yeah, you ugly motherfucker. Yes.
I hope you're quoting the film and not talking to me.
Da-da, Bernadette. Remember that scene? That's a great scene in the film. Yeah, Bernadette. Da-da-da. You don't remember? I'm talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Arnold.
A grasshopper walked into a bar one time.
Yeah.
And the bartender said, "Hey, we have a drink named after you." And the grasshopper said, "You have a drink called Secret Homo?" You get it?
Yeah, it's good. Arnold, you're rude.
Yeah,
really
you are
letting
rude.
You're really letting your unpublican roots show here.
What are you talking? That was a fantastic joke.
I'm sorry. It's true. So, you're obviously in Trump's corner, but what happens if, now that all the other Republicans are talking about not backing them, you have no fear of backing Trump?
I would like to say that I'll be back in Trump. You know, we're going to do if the Trump if he gets the election, then we will do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight.
Wow.
What do you think about Obama talking about
Obama, get out! It's Obama. Look out, Obama!
What do you think about?
I'd like to say, personally, that I take an offense to Mr. Schwarzenegger's remarks. It's Obama! Look out! The only thing I have in common with the explosive device that Arnold's talking about is we both have a short fuse. Next question. But you're Obama!
Well, I did hear the president say that he wants to see people sent to Mars by 2030. What do you think about that?
Get your ass to Mars.
To Dynamo Mars?
Get your ass to Mars. See you at the party, Richter.
That's my most famous impersonation. Richter at the party.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear it.
He's wiggling. You see his yeah. He's wiggling around like his arms will lift up because you see in the movie Total Recall, if you listen to the commentary, there is a part where Michael Ironside is he's in an elevator shaft and maybe his arms come up and I say, "See you at the party, Victor." While I'm shaking his prosthetic arms.
And that was Richter at the party. It's good.
Richter is at the party and he didn't make it to the party because he had no arms. He couldn't open the invitation. That's the kind of clever screenwriting you don't get these days.
From the man who brought you Showgirls.
Oh, wow. Well, let's hear. We got another voicemail here. This is from Monster Churro.
How's it going, fellas? It's me, Monster Churro.
Oh, hey,
Monster like the cheese, and, churro like the sweet, tasty cinnamon treats you can get at your local Mexican restaurants. Not to be confused with Monster Zero, who I think is a dummy.
Oh!
But anyways, I was listening to the podcast last week, and, something really struck a chord with me was something that Monster Zero said. He said that, it just really sucks to be born in any month. Because 9 months prior, your mom and dad, or maybe you had two dads, maybe you had two moms. I don't discriminate. But anyways, when your mom and your dad bump uglies, 9 months later, usually somebody comes out the other end, and it's just a shame, And I just wanted to call in and say that I agree with Monster Zero.
Wow.
As much as his mindless ramblings, really took a screw out of my noggin and probably made me a dumber person. But you know what? Good for him. He's changing minds all across New England. And I just want to say, Monster Zero, that you're right. I hope nobody is ever born because it's just tough, no matter what month it is. Happy Halloween, you bozos.
Halloween. Yeah, do you get any flack for the Drunken Grope Fest comment?
No, just from you guys.
Apparently no one talks to you.
No one does. I'm a shut-in. I'm a complete. Outside of this place and my work, I'm a complete and total recluse.
All right, we have. I neglected to play this one last week. I apologize. It just completely spaced on it. But this is from our buddy Cornelius, and he left us a short little voicemail here.
Hey guys, this is Cornelius. I go by many names: Corny, Evil Corny, Chocolate Terror, sometimes Black Leonard Maltin. I'm calling today to accept Dingo Dane's challenge, and I'm going to pretty much list everything I watch in the month of October, starting with Luke Cage's Netflix series.
Yep.
And at the end of the month, I want him to give a list of what he's seen, and I'll give a list of what I've seen, and we're going to call this, call those lists in to Trick or Treat Radio. You all have a good week. Thanks.
Oh, throw down the gauntlet there as a challenge for Dingo Dane.
I love that dude.
Yeah. Evil Corny.
I gotta put it on the fib. The Agents of Chaos have a song called Pumpkin Bomb. So.
Oh, nice. We heard from Nick again this week. Let's check out and see what Nick has to say.
What's up, Trick or Treat Radio? Nick here.
Hey, buddy.
I just wanted to say I hope everyone has a fantastic, fun time at Rock and Shock, and an even better time at the Deadites show at the Cove Music Hall. I know you guys are going to rock the house, and I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'm sending my love from up here, and or side here, whatever, states.
States.
But yeah, I hope you guys have a great time. I hope Rock and Shock's a lot of fun.
It always is.
Shout out to all the shows on the network that'll be in attendance there. To my boys Unchained, the beautiful Bobby McChains, the kid Tim Nice, and the video game guru, the Mega Man, Uncle Paulie.
My kid.
Also to Throwdown Thursday, Agent Nicole, and Patsy the Angry Nerd. I hope they have a fun time too. Thank you guys. Bye.
Oh, fuck those other shows.
Yeah, what else is left?
Elm Street Kids.
Yeah, I know. I was
TBCU.
being facetious.
Outside Corner.
Andy Christ, you want to come on Elm Street Kids someday and defend me?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't stand a chance on that show.
You should do a re-review of
Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers. Yeah.
I know.
I bet Kevin likes it.
Dog Soldiers? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
See? I think I might bring that to Punch Farm sometime. My friends over at Punch Farm.
Your new segment that I so rudely interrupted.
Well, no, that wasn't a segment. That was just me.
Oh, okay.
They knew I was a fan of the Creep Show, and I wanted to tell them. I wanted to present to them the film that I'm going to be laying out for them.
Ooh, you're going to lay out for them?
Yeah. Generally, that'll have better fidelity, but they did get to buy a chug jug with me.
Jesus.
They did get to hear Johnny yell at me.
Yes.
They got to drive down 290 at a breakneck speed. So
sounds fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. They got a nice sampling in Massachusetts, and they're so nice. They're such a nice. They're too nice to be a friend of mine. So
be meaner.
Yeah, it's true. I don't want.
Well, let's cut to the Arkham Copter right now and hear from Josh.
Hey, it's Michael Ray Rochelle's penis.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys. It's Josh from the Arkham Film Society here. Just calling in with a message for this week. Unfortunately, no review of this week's film. I've just been super busy with work.
Lucky.
And next week's a long night of short horrors. And some stuff for Rock and Shock that I just could not fit it in, and I apologize. Probably hear a lot of background noise. My job number 2 for the day again. Back at Brown. This time I'm prepping a preview screening of the Ben Affleck film, The Accountant.
Nice.
So, I don't know, maybe that'll be good. The reason I am calling in is because you may have seen some posts that I made on the Facebooks. Now, originally, since there was no film festival for Rock and Shock, my plan was that I had some projection work I got to do on Friday and Saturday, and then I was hoping to get out early enough on Saturday to make it up to Worcester just in time to see the Deadites, and then have a nice leisurely day at Rock and Shock to visit with everyone on Sunday. But things changed.
Uh-oh.
So now it looks like I'm going to be there Saturday afternoon and all day on Sunday.
Nice.
Because somebody is hosting some panels.
Oh.
It's me.
Nice.
So on Saturday, I will be hosting the 1 p.m. Q&A with Camille Keaton and the 2 p.m. Q&A with William Forsythe. And then on Sunday, I will be hosting the noontime Q&A with Reggie Bannister.
Nice.
And then the 2 p.m. Killers panel with Derek Mears, Tyler Main, and Kane Hodder. So if any of the listeners are planning to attend and you have any free time around those times, come on over and check it out. Let me know if I did a good job or not, so on and so forth. The only bad part about that, and I'm really sorry, guys, I think I'm going to miss the Deadites show. Because, so now I'm going to be going up to Worcester and being there until about 5 p.m., and then driving back to Providence to do a projection job that'll last until about 11 p.m. And I don't know if then I'll be able to drive back to Worcester and then drive home that night.
Well, you have
and
to.
And then drive back to Worcester in the morning. I think I may end up missing you guys, and I'm sorry in advance.
Nobody gives two fucks.
I'll be at the con more than I
Zero
was expected,
fucks.
so we will definitely all get to hang out.
Zero
So,
fucks.
I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope the show is going well, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend, and have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.
What time are you guys planning on going on anyway?
I have to call back and redo that, but I still was holding out among hopes of calling in like a bomb scare or something somewhere else so that Andy Christ shows up. So.
But it shows up at your
So,
venue. Okay,
I don't care. I don't care about everybody else. There's the Andy Christ, but
So what time you think?
well, I'm hoping that the intro hits at 11:45, and then we'll play till they kick us off. So
yeah,
but I'm getting there real early in the day so I could set somebody's stuff up. I could.
Yeah, I'll be recording this set, so if anybody does miss it, we'll find a way to incorporate that. Maybe it'll be like a bonus.
I have an Antichrist
track on the documentary where we'll have
nice.
the full set or something, or maybe a portion of the set, depending
I
on
have
how you guys want that.
An Antichrist question.
Yes.
Who does the golden voice of Johnny Wolfenstein have to kill to moderate some panels at Rock and Shock? It seems like they're just fucking throwing those invitations out the window.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I can see. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Maybe your buddy there can give up one of the 18 he's hosting. Apparently. I'm only doing one that I know of.
I'm finally on a show that's doing a panel, but it's not this show. Because my co-host of the Elm Street Kids is doing a 31 panel. So.
She's doing like 3 or 4 of them too, I think.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, nobody else will take it, so.
Yeah.
That's going to be a short panel.
So we have. We have a few more here.
Hang on, I just want to say something. Josh Gravel, if you're listening, it's called crystal meth. You don't have to sleep.
Yeah,
you can make the show.
Or you could sleep in your car.
Yeah.
Or sleep in Dynamo's bed.
While high on crystal meth. Yeah.
Or sleep over at Raven Shadow's house.
Yeah,
Open house.
we're gonna fucking tailgate over there. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna set up tops.
Tops?
Yeah. Tents and tops.
I can't believe that there's someone in Australia that has is kind of into you.
I don't think it's true.
No, she just had a bad day, and we're trying to bring some enjoyment to her.
She just had a bad day, and she's trying to think what could make it worse.
Michael Ravenshadow.
Bambaleo.
We heard from Jethronomicon. Nothing's ever easy when you're Jethronomicon, Mars.
Nope.
And it doesn't seem like it's playing.
Okay.
We thought we heard from Jethronomicon.
We thought so. Yeah, I don't know. It's not playing. Let me try the next one. Let me just make sure it's not this SpeakPipe's fault.
Hi, I'm Jethronomicon.
Oh, wow. It sounds just like
it. It may be SpeakPipe because this one isn't playing either, so let me refresh and see. Meantime, let me play another one from Jakey Poo.
Oh,
If You Nasty.
Trick or Treat Radio! It's your boy, Jakey Kaka. I am leaving the Mexican restaurant parking lot. I got myself a quesadilla, got myself a taco al pastor. I'm gonna go watch some lucha, but I'm also gonna watch some hockey. Hockey season starts today, which I'm super excited about. That's another thing about October. October means it's time for hockey. Now, I know you guys probably aren't the biggest hockey fans. I know you like your Tom Brady's, your Pats, your Sox, SAWX Sox. But yeah, I get pumped whenever hockey comes around. My team, as you might guess, the Columbus Blue Jackets are poo-poo. They are like my name, Kaka. But that's okay. They're my team, you know. I'm stuck with them. And actually, their first game tomorrow is against your Boston Bruins. Quick prediction. I predict no playoffs for either of our teams. I think Boston, it's always weird. I think it's 2 straight seasons that they've just completely shit the bed in like the last couple weeks, and just, you know, they had a playoff spot, you know, sewn up, and then somehow, some way, just, you know, kind of let it peter away or something. And I don't know if it's just the fatigue of the season or what's going on in that regard, but when your major off-season sort of movement is moving Louis Eriksson and getting David Backes back, personally, I think that's a bit of a downgrade, but we'll have to see how it shakes out. But regardless of how things shake out for your beloved Bruins, it will not compare to the tragedy and gnashing and wailing and sorrow of the Blue Jacket season. Maybe if everything goes right, they can compete for a playoff spot, but I am not optimistic. But you know, I like the sports sometimes, so I want to talk about the sports a little bit. I apologize for people who don't care about the sports. Anyways, oh, and before I forget, before I get to the main question, I did want to ask Johnny Wolfenstein what it's like being a fan of baseball. Just because from an outsider, for myself, you know, I find it to be a relatively boring sport, and it's so long, and just the mechanics of it don't really excite me, so I don't follow it too much. So I'm curious, you know, as a fan of a sport that, you know, the regular season's what, like 160 some odd games, and each game is pretty damn long, and, you know, there's stretches of, you know, inactivity, you know, which is inherent to the sport. I'm curious, as a guy that loves the sport and loves his team, what that, you know, weekly or monthly or daily fandom consists of. Like, how many games do you, like, reasonably watch? You know, how many of them do you complete? You know, is a big part of it just kind of catching up on the results and looking at the stats and seeing how things shake out? I'm curious about that. I'm curious about that because, you know, I follow hockey relatively closely. I watch, you know, at least half of the games, you know, from beginning to end. And I think that is personally exhausting. So yeah, I'm curious about that in that regard. But that can be the post question, because the primary question is another round robin question. I want you guys to look to the gentleman, if that's appropriate, to your right.
I'm going to pause real quick just to answer that question so I don't forget, because it's a relatively quick answer, and I've liked baseball since as long as I can remember, you know, since I was a kid, and it's just something I grew up with. It was part of my life, and now that I've gotten rid of cable, I definitely don't watch it as much, and really my time is almost non-existent. So for me nowadays, it's something for the background. I always have baseball on during the baseball season while I'm doing other stuff. You know, while I'm working on stuff for the podcast, or even if I'm working late, I have it on in the background while I'm doing other stuff at work. So it's kind of a background thing for me. I just love listening to it, and I love knowing that it's there and that I can go and watch it. But I certainly don't. There's 162 games, and I definitely do not watch 162 games for the Red Sox, or I just love baseball. So Red Sox is my favorite team, but I just love all baseball. I'll watch any game at any time from Major League Baseball. And, you know, I have some favorite players that I do enjoy to watch, but it's hardly ever something that, you know, I sit down to watch a baseball game. It's always a background thing nowadays. because that's my time is kind of what it is. I just don't have a lot of it. So, but and obviously I do the fantasy baseball league. We've been doing. Me and MZ have been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
And so it's just something that's always there. I just love looking at the stats. So for me,
what's each of your team names for the people that don't listen to
the outside
the
corner?
outside corner?
My team would be the Extra Dimensional Wildebeests.
And my team is the Wisconsin Cannibals. They've gone through various team names, but I started off as the DC Tenenbaumers.
All right, we just need to know this one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but then I had another name, but now I'm Wisconsin Cannibals.
What was it when you had the TTVN?
When I was DC Tenenbaumers, I had the TTV Tenenbaumer Television Network.
That's right.
And I would incorporate the players that are on my team into TV shows.
So what we do on the Fantasy Baseball Show, if anyone hasn't listened to it, I would, just check it out. Even if you don't like fantasy baseball, I think there's something for you there. Dr. Joey Tron, our pseudo nemesis and pseudo friend, has put it
in rival with Sir Isaac.
That's right. He put it nicely and basically said baseball is more fun with a story behind it. That's why you have color commentators. And that's kind of what we do, is we put a story, no matter how insane or ridiculous it is, to the players. So, if it interests you even the slightest, give it a listen and check it out. But that's enough about baseball. I know probably some eyes are glossing over. I can totally get why people don't like it. So I'm going to start talking.
Is that
about
true? Because you guys would give me the hi hat for 15 years.
Oh, I totally get it.
I like baseball. I do.
I used to hate hockey, Jakey Poo. I love it now, but I just didn't get it because I was a baseball guy. I just didn't get it, and
you didn't understand sports that moved.
And to be fair, Bruins general manager Jeremy Jacobs today announced that he expects the team, he owns the manager, that the team's going to go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, he makes that every year.
Yeah, which I think that's putting Claude Julien on blast.
Well, I think what it is to justify the fact that
all right.
tickets cost $75 million and are totally prohibitive to go to a game.
All
go
right,
Bergeron.
I could hear the fucking podcast turning off right now. So let's finish Jakey Poo's message.
If you gotta love me, you gotta love all of me, folks.
What team is he talking
pick
about?
a Halloween costume for them.
Ooh. Okay.
The optimal primo Halloween costume you want to see them in. Price is no consideration. Detail or how ornate it is or how unfeasible it is, that does not matter. This is fantasy Halloween costume time or whatever.
All right.
So yeah, just look to the dude to your right. Think about it for a moment. Think what Halloween costume you would want to see them in, what suits them best, what you would like to make fun of them in, whatever. It's a fun question time, boys. But anyways, so yeah, turn to your right, tell them what your Halloween costume of choice for them is, and Johnny, what's it like being a fan of the baseballs? For some reason, I got incredibly insecure, and I thought that I said football the entire time.
Nope, you got
or
it right.
Basketball, or any of the other balls.
Go Brady.
All the balls. Anyways, regardless, you know what I'm saying. Have a wonderful weekend, boys. Wish I was there. Stay safe. Have fun. Smoke some butts. Smoochy smooch.
Smoochies, Jakey Poo. Thanks, buddy. I wish you were here too, man. But I was very glad that we got to see you a few months ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, most of us, anyways.
Yeah.
I'll see him next time.
Okay, so I'll start off. To my right is Michael Ravenshadow.
Yes.
And Michael Ravenshadow, I have two for you, okay?
Right.
One is kind of like a, not the one I could see you in, but one I think that would be really funny for you to do.
Okay.
I want to see you do Harley Quinn. Complete with pigtails.
Mr.
Yes,
W.
pigtails.
Is he clean shaven?
No.
Ooh.
No.
That'd be dirty.
Some rosy cheeks, though.
And for the one I think you could pull off,
Okay.
the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange, yeah.
That's what Sheetsy's going as for Halloween.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I think you could pull off Doctor Strange.
I think so. Get my goatee back, cut
yeah.
my hair.
Yeah, exactly. I
You
think
ready?
you got it.
All right, there you go.
No,
there you
long
go.
hair Doctor Strange.
All right, cool.
You could rock it.
Like when he was drinking.
Instead of MD, it's M dude.
M douche.
All right, so your turn, Raven Shadow.
All right.
Look to your right.
I also have two. Where's my other right? For Isaac. And the first
Sir
one,
Isaac.
Sir Isaac, I'm sorry. I want to take it back to old Saturday Night Live, the skit with Dan Aykroyd about the bad Halloween costumes. I could see you being gasoline rags.
What?
That'd be a good costume for you.
Johnny Human Torch.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, Johnny Human Torch. Just we'll go outside smoking before the show, and well.
You just want an easy way to light up your cigarettes.
Yeah. Where's Isaac? Where's Sir Isaac? I'm out on my lighting. No, actually, I would want, if money's no object, I want you in a big like cosplay
mech suit.
Yeah, I want Mecha Isaac. That's what I want. But like all the suit, but just your head exposed with the glasses. But your whole body is the suit, and that'd be excellent to me.
Could the guns be functional?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Money's no object.
Jesse G in the chat room says, "Hell yeah, Raven Shadow will make a great Doctor Strange."
There you go. Expecto Patronum somebody else.
So what else?
By the hoary hoax of Hoggoth or some shit.
There we go.
Hoary host.
All right, Sir Isaac, it's the pick for MZ.
Okay, I'm picking for MC. It's a tie. I think the first way you go, if money's no object, we gotta go with the Transformer.
Oh, yes.
I mean the whole 9 yards.
Which one?
Functionally, I don't know. One of the car ones, because my idea is this thing should be absolutely functional. When he transforms into the car, he should be able to actually drive around and move with the wheels. This should be a fully functionally transforming vehicle. That's the first one.
Wow, MZ, you'd love that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And the second one is a Bible, right?
Oh, how'd you know?
A fully functioning transforming Bible.
Yep.
Exactly. Pages
Je-
open up.
Jesus more than meets the eye.
It opens up to Leviticus, you know.
The Jews kill the evil forces of the Jesus
did I really steal it? Was
Yeah,
that really?
yes, that was,
Oh,
yeah.
shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was like me with sports last week.
Yeah.
It was a bit obvious.
All right, MZ, you got Dynamo.
Man. Oh boy, this is tough. You know, okay, I'm just gonna go with the first thing that came to my mind. In this, and you're gonna hate it.
Good,
but I'm gonna say it anyway. The character in the character in Weird Science that Chet turns into.
Mars, your mic's off.
Chet, when you have elephant balls.
Elephant balls, Chet.
I wish I could have that costume.
Hi, dudes.
Hey, dudes. All right. Well, there you go.
All right, you got something.
I don't know how we'd move around, but
You
okay.
got a follow up?
No, I have to.
All right, Mars man.
I too have two.
Okay.
The one that you would never do, and the one that would be fucking awesome if you did it.
Okay.
Which one do you want first?
One I'd never do.
I would like to see you because he had an awesome one part leotard, one part gladiator attire, but complete with the giant bullhead you could take off. I would like you to dress as pro wrestler Mantar.
Mantar. I might do that.
Yeah.
She was Rhino.
Yeah, but how fucking awesome would it be for real?
Mm-hmm.
Complete with your flowing locks coming out the back and a full out Jushin Thunder Liger costume.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would totally rock that.
See?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I'm nice.
See, I'm nice.
Not like this fucking lumpy son of a bitch next to you.
All right, I'll add a second one to you. How do you like that?
Great.
You could be Bastion Booger. How do you
Whatever.
like that?
Bet you Bastion Booger never went to a hotel with a girl and didn't have sex.
Well, we don't know that for sure now, do we?
No, you wouldn't have been born.
Oh.
All right, I think I got these voicemails to work. So this is from Jethro.
From that Grope Fest.
Hello, fellas. This is Jethro Nomicon.
What's up, Jethro?
Sorry, it's
Yo.
been long overdue.
Yes, you do.
But life has given me many hurdles, all of which I have leaped over. And I would just like to say that I enjoy every frickin' episode of Trick or Treat Radio.
Thanks, man.
You may have noticed that I salute your show every week on Facebook,
Yeah, we appreciate it, my buddy.
and that I have joined your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
You are the man.
However, I am now transfixed, especially by this discussion of your favorite action figures. I get that the Transformers are very popular with you guys, especially. But I was more of a
guy.
He-Man and
Yeah, me too.
G.I. Joe.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have time.
So if you were to ask me about the greatest action figure, the one I played with the most, it would have to be Zartan.
He's fucking the man.
And I was a huge mark for all of the Dreadnoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Ripper and Cutter, and I think his name was Blowtorch. And then they kept adding characters.
Yes.
Amazing. They could have just done an action figure line of just the Dreadnoughts.
Right.
Cold Slither.
Yeah.
Like I could do a Cold Slither ringtone on my phone, and oh god, it's almost sexual. Anyway, that's enough about me. So Cold Slither. And if I have to say the greatest action figure,
a band of bangers, drinking the booze.
would have to be Zartan, because he would change colors in the sun. He would even change colors as you touched his flesh. And he had a disguise. Honestly, it was just hiding. It was hiding in his backpack, and he would take it out and put it on his face. It was the same goddamn face, but with a goatee.
It's true.
It was sort of odd.
I loved it.
But anyway, Zartan
He still had his
was
hood, too.
the shit. The greatest G.I. Joe action figure. Perhaps the greatest action figure of all time. Next to Trapjaw.
Trapjaw's good.
Anyway.
I like Destro. Destro was a
We
favorite.
will
one.
speak soon.
Yo, Jethro.
And goodbye.
See ya.
I'm all about the Dreadnoks, man. We didn't have time for anything else,
Yeah.
but it was Torch, Ripper, and Buzzer were the originals, followed by Monkey Wrench, and then Thrasher, who was the former like prep school guy who tried to become a bad boy. Xandar Zorana, and then later on Zanzibar, and my boy who was the pirate. And his first appearance, the only time he ever appeared in G.I. Joe, was the first time and only time Todd McFarlane drew an issue.
Really?
And then later on, Naugahyde. He's from Australia.
Nice.
See what I did there?
You did?
And then there was Road Pig to round out the Dreadnought arsenal.
Was Zartan from Australia?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
I remember the things that you remember. Like this was probably the first element of nerd rage. My dear friend Stephen Milgate, who you'll still hear me bring up from time to time, was hanging out with me and I think our buddy Hugh Bouchard, and he was legitimately pissed. He thought, because Zartan was definitely a turning point in the series, right, and even in the action figures, because if you look at the original line, they were kind of like legit soldiers with like legit stuff, and it wasn't so like comic booky. But Zartan was like a mutant, and he literally like thought that was going to be like the downfall of the series, that they were bringing like superhero or supernatural elements into it and stuff like that. So
Because they never quite explained it. His chest would like glow at times too in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
There's one thing you haven't mentioned yet. They had the best vehicle, the Thunder Machine.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Thrasher drove, right? Yeah.
They were basically like
The only reason why he was in the gang because he had the Thunder Machine.
Yeah, it was. They mentioned
Otherwise, he
that.
was an asshole.
yeah. The Dreadnoughts totally look like Mad Max extras. Like I loved them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, those no offense, I love Transformers too, but my manual dexterity disorder made them more of like I felt like the universe was making fun of me, like because it was like forbidden fruit. I couldn't work. Like I guess this will always be a truck with two arms sticking out of it. But for me, like G.I. Joe, like I would have like certain G.I. Joes be like I can't remember who any of them were, but like certain G.I. Joes would be like the Teen Titans. Like I'd play them like the Teen Titans instead of G.I. Joe, like because those were the figures that were like so articulated and like worked so well. You know?
Yeah. remember the night I got Generation 2 Snake Eyes and Barbecue was the
Nice.
first night I saw, and that was Snake Eyes with the visor
Right.
and the wolf.
Yep.
Was the first night my grandfather and I watched DC Cab.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So I was watching DC Cab with my nun on. It's Italian for Grandpa.
Yeah.
And then Mom came home with G2 or second generation Snake Eyes and Barbecue, and it was fucking excellent.
I remember there was a year that I was kind of fronting that I didn't want like any toys. And we got all those like second generation, like all those second generation thing, like GI Joes were like under the tree, and I totally fucking lost my mind. Like I was like, no, I just want like records and movies this year, and then fucking Shipwreck and like Snake Eyes and like Barbecue were like under the tree, and I was like, these are fucking best. I remember being so stoked. That was the same year I think that we, my dad and I like had this elaborate night planned out on Christmas that we had rented, we had like got on a waiting list to get Ghostbusters so that we could get it the weekend it came out, which happened to be Christmas, I think. And then so we watched Ghostbusters, and then right after we were so psyched because HBO was gonna had a special movie that they were only having for Christmas night. It was supposed to be a tradition they wanted to start, but they only did it at one time that I know. And we were like so excited, like we're gonna get to see Ghostbusters and some other fucking shit and stuff that like that you won't be able to see. And it turned out to be fucking Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I remember you told that.
Like honestly, like it was just so like I remember like this is like being because we'd opened some presents on Christmas Eve, so I had some new GI Joes and like was sitting there, and I just remember like feeling like in retrospect it felt like being in Cheers when they would turn the light up.
Yeah.
Because it was like we're gonna stay up till all night and watch this other movie, and it's like, oh, I guess we can go to bed. It's like,
sorry.
but I thought we were gonna see Santa.
Hey guys, well I'm gonna be heading to bed now. I gotta be up at 6 in the morning.
Oh, Jesus!
You want to cuddle, Alexander? Will that make it
I
better?
love the cuddle. Come on over.
I'm coming.
Oh, he is coming.
The new apartment's a little chilly, so yeah, come on over.
That's
and
what I'm
keep it
doing.
Warm.
Come to my window.
All right, Alexander.
Come on my window.
Thank you so much for hanging out, man. And I am so excited to get to hang out with you all
Yeah.
weekend long.
I'm so
It's gonna be
nervous.
awesome. I really do miss you guys, so it's
Should be
gonna be
great,
a pretty
yeah.
fun weekend.
And hey, while I have you on, I've said it when you're not on. Alexander has
Yes, sir.
done so much for me in real life, and he's done so much for me while I was ill. I just want to thank you publicly. Thanks for being like the best dude, man.
Not a problem. And actually, for reals, if there's anywhere I can crash, I'll come down as much as I can this weekend. So
I
was planning on
think
just
I
doing
think you can go. I
Saturday,
think Raven Shadow laid down the
Friday night.
invite.
Yeah, man, we can make something happen.
All right. Well,
I think he just doesn't want to because he didn't answer every time.
Well, fuck it then. Now you can't stay.
There's a little
Well,
delay over here, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
let's take that off air.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about plans.
Yeah,
but it
sure,
sounds
sure.
like you should be all set.
Yeah, Raven Shadow.
Well-
it just costs a reach around.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can cuddle Alexander Raven Shadow.
Nice. Just a ride home, brother.
I take it back. You don't smell like bolognese sandwiches. It's fine.
And a ride back to the show the next day.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely let's hammer some of that stuff out offline. But Alexander, so awesome having you on finally, and we're so very excited that you're going to be making this documentary. You can't really think of anyone else that we'd want to have do it.
No.
Well, thank you guys for having me on, man. I love you guys so much. You guys have been, a really big part of my life, and I really enjoy listening to your show every week. And I'm excited to be a part of this.
That's great, man. Why don't you plug where we can find you?
Yep, I was just
Sorry.
No, it's all right. Either one of us.
You can find me on horrormade.com. Every single Wednesday, I do either a short horror story or a dark poem every week. I used to do Haunting TV, but we haven't done anything on there for about a year now. So I've been really doing a lot of writing a novel, writing some short horror stories every week. So you can find me at HTV Immortal on Twitter, or you can go to horrormade.com and you can find all my work on there. And yeah, please come over and say hello and tell me what you think of my stuff so I can get better at it as a writer. And looking forward to doing this documentary. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, Immortal Alexander, and we will catch up with you this weekend. And can't wait, man.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, take care, Alexander.
You too, guys.
All right, see you, dude.
Take care.
All right, we just have a couple more pieces of feedback here, and we'll start to wind things down. Yes, Stein.
Hey, real quick, is anyone else real nervous about there being like a live mic in the question, what do you think about the Deadites with the whole end of the table here?
No.
No.
I'm a little worried. Just what about what?
Well, there's always a cutting room floor.
Yeah, when it ever fucking what did Nicey McNice ever say about anyone, let alone me and you and the rest of the Deadites?
I don't know who Nicey McNice is.
Lumpy.
He's talking about me.
Oh.
Yeah. He's never said a nice thing about anybody.
Well, we'll find out.
That's not true. He said lots of nice things about me.
It's true.
I
stand corrected.
Yes. All right, let's hear from First Time Mike.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike.
What's up,
How's
buddy?
everybody doing on this last Trick or Treat episode before the triumphant return of the Deadites on October 15th? Unfortunately, I will not be there to hang out with you.
I gotta pause it real quick. First Time Mike, you want a job doing promotions?
Yep.
Raven Shadow, you can move to wherever he lives, and First Time Mike can come here.
Right. Is it Australia?
No. No, it's like Middle America.
No.
Looks like his new job is housing the crew.
Yeah, apparently. yeah. Well, hey, I guess it's a valuable thing.
See, I'm getting the table.
Yes. You're getting the bed.
I'm getting the bed.
Except
Wait.
there's 2 crews, so we might be going to make sure that you don't get the table at Uno's the night we go to the 99 for sports.
Oh shit, we'll be at after party.
Yeah, flirtinis.
All right, sorry for interrupting. First Time Mike, here's the rest.
Guys, but I will be there in spirit. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I forgot my Halloween traditions. A lot of horror movie watching. This year I'm kind of more in a low budget shot on video movies. So I watched a couple of Todd Sheets movies and some Polonia Brothers and whatever weird little things I can find on YouTube or in my personal collection. And sometimes the low budget stuff is kind of fun and a little weird. I also have, with a couple really old friends of mine, we have a 3 to 4 movie night where we get together at one friend's house or apartment. And this year, one friend's talking about doing all 4 of the Blind Dead movies, which I'm a big fan, but I don't know how many people will sit through that. And I was told that I was a wuss and I should, if I can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. So I think there'll be plenty of Blind Dead in my Halloween future.
I thought you just meant because they were a little
As
bit
to
boring.
the Rock and Shock, I was planning to go there, but stuff just ain't gonna work for me probably for the next year or two. But I'm wishing you guys, not, break a leg, have a great show, because I was kind of looking forward to, meeting you guys and, Miss Wiley
It's
and
always next year, baby.
El Goro and Jeremy McFarlane, Patsy and Ashes and everybody else. And, because I come to consider you guys to be good friends of mine, friends with a bunch of you on Facebook
Absolutely,
or
man.
in all the groups on the Grand Guignol Network, and everybody's just really awesome. And, I'm one of those people, like I said, if I could be there, I would stop off just to hang out with you guys. But, much luck and, break a leg on Saturday night. Everybody have a good time. Be safe if you're flying in or just driving around.
Or if you're Raven Shadow.
Tip a couple drinks for First Time Mike.
Yeah,
And, you guys all have a good one. This is First Time Mike saying good night. Bye.
Thanks, buddy. That's very, very sweet of you. And we're bummed out you couldn't make it as well, but we totally understand.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the way things go. Life sucks sometimes, man, and and things come up. We all kind of know that. I think all of us have experienced something this year that that hasn't been great. So
I don't know that I'm going to be there, so it's
it's true.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate it, First Time Mike, and there's, like someone had just said, there's always next year.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. You take care of your stuff, and we'll figure it out. And I'll make sure Raven Shadow throws one down for you.
I'll be fucking last call, Raven Shadow, First Time Mike.
Next year, it might be the 13th annual. It might be the 14th annual. Who really knows?
Yeah. It'll be the first annual, 13th annual.
Or the second annual, 12th annual.
25th anniversary.
Why did we get the date? Did we get the?
Oh, you weren't here for that either. Kevin couldn't remember if it was the 12th or 13th year.
Yeah.
No.
I saw somewhere there was the 13th, but he thought it was the 12th, so we couldn't figure out which.
Could be.
But the Deadites had the 3rd annual 20th anniversary celebration for
Doom. It's true.
No, yeah.
So last voicemail. I don't know who this is from. It's from Anonymous. Ooh.
Hi.
Oh.
Just trying to understand. Donald Trump. You can't do that. You have to leave it. We're doing these things. I have my son. We're doing the Mexinega in Oktoberfest, and then I tried to figure out what to do. We're standing there, and I'm looking at him, and I'm saying, I fucked your mother when the ice cream was away, and I had loads pumping all over the place. I dumped them, but then I created you when we were doing our thing. So, Donald Trump, you can't go in there. You can't do that with the thing and that stuff. You have to go in there and ask you to touch the pussy.
Whoa.
You cannot grab the pussy. Do it that way. I'm doing it and you're doing it. We do it together.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. Don't do what that Arnold does.
That's a bad Arnold.
Wow. All right. We had some very interesting calls tonight. So, thank you, Arnold. We appreciate it, man. All right, so that is it for feedback. I just want to real quick take a look at the tweets. We didn't get any emails, but we did get a tweet from Janny Girl. I think that's how you say it. Jannie. Janny Girl. And Janny Girl says to Auden Macabre, really like your artwork, Sean. Enjoyed listening to the Deadites podcast about how you make creations. So very cool for Janny Girl for doing that little call out. And then obviously Sean Auden Macabre had replied, said thanks, it was great being on the show. And then Alexander tweeted out a bunch of awesome photos of him tonight for doing the show. Him drinking some apple pie moonshine.
He looks bug-eyed.
This
Man,
is
that must be good.
A poster, a Haunting TV poster. And then also he says, the Deadites are scary, especially stories of Michael Ravenshadow's hygiene. And he posted this.
So it's ad.
So thanks, Alexander, for posting that and for being an awesome dude and for being on. So that is gonna wind things down
I gotta
here.
go.
Yeah. I think we all need our sleep. Sir Isaac, I know this is way past your bedtime. Why don't you talk about? I know it's the annual thing.
Yes,
you haven't
that's
had
right.
a chance to talk about your favorite time of the year.
It's my Christmas.
Yes.
Sunday, October 30th. Devil's Night in Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
Bigger, better. We've got a whole street load of abandoned houses that we're going to set on fire. It's going to be great. And another street filled with houses currently occupied that will also be set on fire.
Wow.
That
Very
one should
good.
be a lot more fun. It's a big surprise to those people. And, of course, an enormous pile of leaves for everybody to jump around and play. It's going to be great.
Yeah. And then you're going to set them on fire, Wally.
Yes,
Tiny White
yes.
is a leaf rolling enthusiast.
Tiny
so-
will be there.
The only question is who will be in those leaves when we do it.
Well, everyone stay away from from Detroit on Devil's Night.
Oh, come on, it's fun.
I gotta leave right now.
Well, thank you to Kevin Barbary. That was complete surprise. No one knew. No one on the show knew he was coming by.
No, I got a text that I got a surprise for you, and I said, "What's that?" And he said, "I'm at the studio."
I didn't even see the text. He sent it to both of us, and then I heard the shoes. I thought for sure it was you.
Yeah.
And then he came in, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's total shock. So thanks to Kevin Barbary. That dude is
AKA Andy Christ.
So talented and so amazing and so awesome. And I kind of wish we didn't have such a jam-packed show because we would have could have focused more on.
Well, he knows where it is. He knows how to get in now. So I hope he
Yeah.
just comes all the time. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Love having that dude here. So thanks to Kevin Barbary for stopping by. And thanks to Alexander for hanging out. And even Sir Isaac, because
Thank you.
even though we are here because of a legal obligation, you are here because you donated.
Right.
So whether it was your money or you stole the money, I don't care.
Good.
Honestly, I don't care.
I care.
appreciate it.
I've always believed any day that I can force somebody to do something against their will is a day well spent.
All right, Trump.
Yeah, you're running for president.
Jesus of Isaac does not reflect trick or treat.
Wow.
Sir Isaac.
Of Sir Isaac.
Sir Isaac.
Raven Shadow, do you want to say something to Grease Jacket Beck?
I don't think I need to say anything.
I have to go. I gotta go back to the hospital.
No, Bumblebee, hope your day gets better. Finish your sandwich. And no, have a good day. Have a good night.
MZ.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
Remember, children, wherever you go, there you are.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to episode 220 of Trick or Treat Radio. Cannot wait to see a lot of you folks at Rock and Shock this weekend. And next week, episode 221, it will be Professor J, and we'll be reviewing The Greasy Strangler. And I'm sure we'll be doing a Rock and Shock wrap-up. So, see you guys next week. See ya.